Okay, about to start. Hello, everyone. And hi, Vince. Holy crap. Just organizing myself here. This was very spontaneous. Okay, about to start. Hello, everyone. And hi, Vince. Holy crap. Just organizing myself here. This was very spontaneous. Okay, about to start. Hello, everyone. And hi, Vince. Okay, just a second. Just organizing myself here. This was very spontaneous. I accidentally had my the stream open in another window, so you heard me echoing like 100 times. But I turned that off, so you won't hear that anymore. Okay, everything should be good to go, so I'm gonna start. Doop, doop, doop. Hi! I'm back. Okay, so this is the third day in a row I'm doing this. I'm just gonna start. And Vince12 is here. That's really cool. How are you doing? Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been on one of these streams before. So yeah, typically how I do this, I have the raw file up here, the cut file down here, the edited file down here. So I'm just gonna, I find what I like, and then I paste it down here, and that's basically it. So yeah, let's adjust my camera here. Let's do this. All right. So I listened to the stream that I did yesterday, and I learned that the volume of the voiceover was really loud compared to my voice. So I adjusted it. So I'm going to assume that this sounds okay.
No, I suppose not. It's impossible.
Like compared to my voice. Like the voiceover was really loud and my voice was really quiet. So I'm hoping I fix that today. So please tell me if the sound levels are weird. I will try to fix that. Hello, Jellybean530. All right, let's do this. So let's see here. I have, let's see, I'm at 2 hours and 3 minutes, and I've got 54 minutes left. No, I got exactly about 50 minutes or so on left. Happened to see you staying on my way to bed. I'm headed out. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, Vince. Nice to see you, as it were.
I'm fine.
Oh, that's right. You're in Japan, so you're it's late for you.
I'm fine. I think so. No, I suppose not. It's impossible.
Okay, let's take this one. I'm gonna just adjust myself here because I got the microphone here, which is in the way of my keyboard, which I need. These logistical things that I don't really think of when I am not streaming.
I'm fine. I think so.
Okay, let's take that one. Why do I have my air conditioner on is the question. It's actually quite cold outside. Off. There we go. Of course, I'm going to get hot any minute, so then I'll have to turn it back on.
I mean, no. It's impossible.
All right, I already...
I'm fine. I think so. I mean, no, it's impossible.
Actually, I think I took that one already.
It can't be. You see it. You know. No, I suppose not. It's impossible. I'm fine. I think so. I'm fine. I think so. I mean, no, it's impossible.
I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? No, you can't see that. One of my voice actresses just thanked me for paying her. A message popped up here, so I'll just get rid of that.
I'm fine. I think so. I mean...
It's important to pay your actors.
I'm fine. I think so. I mean... No, it's impossible.
Hey, David, glad to see you're doing well. You came into my stream one day while I was playing one of your games, and I just wanted to return the favor. Well, thank you, Dead Pirate Gaming. I like your name. Yeah, I like to do that. If I see on Twitter that you're playing one of our games, I'll hop on and say hi, just because I think that's really cool. That
Nothing.
People will do that.
I don't know. Nothing.
It's too weird to watch an entire stream of someone playing one of my games, but I'll pop in for like a minute or two and say hi, thank you.
Nothing. I don't know. Nothing. Let's just keep looking around.
So again, as with yesterday, all these lines are so horrendously out of context that there'll be no spoilers. And I know what's coming, and if something is a spoiler, I'll do something to not spoil it for you. So I'm very aware of that. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. And like I said, all of this is so out of context that won't matter. You won't know what this means.
Nothing. I don't know. Nothing. Just let's keep looking around. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know. I don't know. The elevator's moving, so I guess it's fine. Don't know. The elevator's moving, so I guess it's fine.
I like that one better. Let's take that one instead.
Don't know.
So yesterday I managed to get through like an hour and a half of this file in the 3-hour stream, over the 3 hours, and then I had to do stuff with my kid. I had to take my kid out of school, bring her to the doctor, and I brought her back. And over the rest of the day, I managed to do another half hour. So you can see, like, doing a stream of this actually really helps my concentration and focus. So, you know, that's the main reason why I'm doing this. And if you guys are interested in this, then so much the better.
Don't know. The elevator's moving, so I guess it's fine.
I like that one better. Let's pick that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what he's yaying about, but I'm just guessing. Hello, Script Welder. I like that name. Script Welder.
What is it? What is it?
All right. I could do, like, normally if I don't remember the context for a line, I'll look it up in the script, but he's just saying, yeah. So that could be anything. But I'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yep. She's right. Yep. She's right. Yep. That's right.
Yep, that's right.
That's also right. That's also right.
In the Pixel Workshop, welding some scripts. Nice. Lint Speed. You guys have some awesome names. Lint Speed. Screen name taken says you made this into a daily thing. Hopefully this will be the last day, because I'm on the very last hour of the last file, so maybe we'll finish this. Of course, then I have to import it once it's all processed. So there's that. So that's another whole thing that I have to do.
Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. That's also right. That's also right. That's also right. Yep, she's right. Yep. What makes you bring that up? What makes you bring that up?
And we're back.
You know, I read somewhere that Chinese gods really hate cheaters.
You don't know why that's funny, but I do.
You know, I'm not sure.
That's why I'm not giving you any context for any of this.
You know, I read somewhere that Chinese god... You know, I've read somewhere that Chinese gods really... Excuse me.
2 hours in. Now I have about... it goes up to, I think, 254. So I have about a little over 50 minutes left.
Make sure we get that recorded.
So... And there's Frank blowing his nose again.
Do a supercut of all my biological functions.
Supercut of biological functions. Thank you, Frank.
You know, I've read somewhere that Chinese gods really hate cheaters. You know, I read somewhere that Chinese gods really hate cheaters.
There we go. I like
You
that
know,
one.
I've read some... You know, I'm not sure.
Not much left. Right. Yeah, two hours into the audio, not 2 hours into the live stream. If it was 2 hours into the live stream, my face would be looking like this right now. Those of you who are curious what I look like after 3 hours of voiceover editing can look at the stream from yesterday and scroll to the end, where I'm just sort of like, it does a number on my brain.
You know, I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure.
So this is a continuation of the file from yesterday. So
you better find some... Man, I read that wrong. Okay.
I was wondering what your workflow is. So here you pick the right parts, and I assume you do some volume normalization. Basically, I'm working with Thomas Reagan on this one. So I pick the takes I like, and I copy and paste them here. And then I send them to him, and he does some global processing on it where he just makes it overall sound better using the fancier tools that a professional has. And then he sends it back to me, and then I will take the individual lines, and I'll do some like tweaking for each one, because when you do a global processing, like not every line is going to be absolutely perfect. Some of them are lower, some of them, so I raise the volume if it's too low, and or I remove breath pops and things like that, and then I take that and I export it and put it into the game. So that'll be another stream. Maybe I'll do that next week once Thomas has processed these files. So you'll see how I get it into the game.
Man, I read that wrong. Okay.
Thanks, Frank. Yeah, this actor's name is Frank Todaro, by the way, for those of you who were not here yesterday.
I don't know why I added the word hot dog water.
Hot dog water? What?
You better find some hot water before doing that. You're just going to dilute the herb.
I have no idea what the context was for that. Because normally, for those of you who have seen these streams before, I'm going to be repeating myself a lot. Basically, for the sessions I do here in New York, I'm in the studio, and I make a point of recording my own direction on another channel. So that way I can hear it as I'm editing it. So when I can hear myself give the direction, and if I tell the actor to do something specific, I'll be reminded of it later. But since Frank was a remote session, meaning I did it over Skype, and he recorded it on his end, I couldn't do that. So yeah, you wrote everything, or was there a co-writer? I wrote all the dialogue. I wrote. I wrote this.
You'd better find some hot water before doing that. You're just going to dilute the herb.
The context was tea. Yeah, that's pretty implied.
You better find...
Don't spoil it. Yes. At one point you drink tea. Major plot point.
You better find some... You'd better find some hot water before doing that. You're just going to dilute the herb. Come on, let's keep reading. Is it like, come on? Chirp. So yeah, the question was, is it like, come on? Okay. Come on, let's keep reading.
There we go. Thank you, Frank.
Come on, let's keep reading.
Johnson J. Funnel? I guess that's how you pronounce your name. How many people are here? I'm curious. And there's me in the past. Hi, past Dave. 23 people already. Okay, cool. Yeah, these I can't imagine how... I don't know if it's the time of day or if it's just that me editing voiceover is not that popular or that interesting. I do notice when I stream in the evenings, the more people show up. I guess if I stream in the morning, it's people in Europe or who are just getting back, who are just getting home from work.
A fossil? Really? A fossil? Really?
I'm in New York right now. It is currently 10 to 10 right now. Ooh. I had a kind of a mentor figure, actually, a summer camp counselor who way back when I was a kid, he would make this joke about 10 to 10. He'd call it cowboy time. And he'd go 10 to 10, 10 to 10, 10 to 10, 10, 10, 10 to 10, 10 to 10, 10 to 10, 10, 10. That was funny when you're 12.
A fossil? Really? Sorry, it's spike time.
Omaheef. You're in California, so it's 7 a.m. where you are, or you're on the West Coast. I don't know if that means California. It could mean Washington.
Well, this explains why we've been so busy.
My sister is on the West Coast. She's in L.A.
Fossil? Well, this explains why we've been so busy. Huh. This explains why we've been so busy lately.
Doomed to Die. Oh, that's a dark name. Hello, Doomed to Die. You are on my in my time zone. Where in the East Coast are you?
This explains why we've been so busy lately. This explains why we've been so busy. Huh. This,
I should probably if I do more of these streams, I should get a webcam and put it up on my monitor here. That way I'm not constantly, like, looking away from you.
huh,
Central Pennsylvania.
huh. This explains why we've been so busy lately.
I have a good friend in Philadelphia, but I don't know many people in Pennsylvania. My wife and I visited there a couple of years ago.
Huh. This explains...
Once in a while, we go through these phases of should we leave New York, and then we look at other cities, and we wandered around Philadelphia, which was nice. It was cool. I had a real Philly cheesesteak for the first time. It was really good.
This is insane. The demons filling the city with supernatural energy on purpose. This is insane. The demons filling the city with supernatural energy on purpose.
Stuff that makes no sense out of context. Yeah.
I guess that explains why we've been so busy lately. Our demons sure been busy.
Have I lived in New York City all my life? I've lived in New York the state, most of my life. I grew up on Long Island. And aside from 5 years where I lived in Boston, I went to Boston University and I stayed there a year after graduation. And I also spent a year in South Korea. I did the teaching English thing from 2005 to 2006, just before I started Wadjet, actually.
Our demons sure been busy. Our demons sure been busy.
So I'm not a native New York City-er. I'm a native New Yorker. Grew up on Long Island. When I tuned in for this stream, for a second I didn't know what you were doing, and I was like, who is the second guy I hear talking? You live in Korea, Jellybean530. Where in Korea?
So the demons created a pocket realm. That's gotta be where it went. That's what all this was for.
I lived in, when I was in South Korea, I lived in Migum, which is just outside of Seoul.
That's what all this was for. To create... That's what...
Hi, Sasha. Welcome back.
You can't hear her. You can't hear her. Why should you? I can barely hear her myself. You can't hear her. Soon I will... Okay. Is that KK I'm talking about? Oh, okay. You can't hear her. You can't hear her. Why should you? I can barely hear her myself. You can't hear her. Why should you? I can barely hear her myself.
Riot Esper says, hey, Dave, just finished Blackwell Epiphany a moment ago. Wow. Thank you, but also goddamn. Thank you / I'm sorry. I don't know how to I never know how to respond.
To hear her at all.
I'm sorry, Jellybean, did you say where in Korea you live? Because I'm just curious, having lived there for myself.
Soon I won't be able to hear her at all.
Have you ever tried something other than Audacity? No. I know in my old the studio I use in the city. Am I cracking my... that's a bad habit. Should stop that. The studio I use in Midtown, they used to use Final Cut Pro, and I hated it. It was so fiddly and annoying. It did like a billion things, and I only needed it to do like 3. And I couldn't stand it because I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted. So I asked them if I could install Audacity on their computer, and they said yes. Audacity just does exactly what I want, and I just need the basics. I need to be able to record. I need to edit, and some just basic processing, like be able to, raise and lower volume and compress, and just some basic audio effects, and that's it. That's all I need. So I haven't used anything else but Audacity. even though maybe there's some other tools that could maybe make things slightly easier. The fact that I'm so familiar with Audacity and I've used it for so long means that it would just take me that much longer to learn something else. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm just scrolling up the chat here because I missed a bunch of stuff. I do not understand English correctly. Well, you can understand me, I guess. If you can understand me with my stammery, way of talking, then I think you're doing okay. I survived my final university's exams yesterday. I'm not sure how to translate them, so missed yesterday's stream and only downloaded Unavowed, but haven't tested more yet. Have you played a build before, Sasha? I don't remember. I'm sorry. There's so many testers this time around because it's such a big game and it's such a complicated game that I really opened the floodgates in terms of testers. I need a lot. So forgive me, Sasha, if I don't remember if you are a tester already. I just regret not playing the series earlier, but I finally got around to it. Well, thank you. Thank you. That's it's there. Hopefully, it'll be there for a long time, so you can play it whenever. Laura Montero +++. GOG.com is hosting me for up to 30 viewers. Videos are a great way to learn. Yeah.
Soon I won't be able to hear her at all.
No, I was curious what city you lived in, Jellybean, because I lived in Korea, so it was a very good time.
You can't hear her.
But you don't have to tell me. It's okay.
You can't hear her. You can't hear her. You can't hear her. You can't hear her.
+++ was for the Black Belt trauma.
Why should you? I can barely hear her myself.
I remember going to there was this tech market where you could buy really cheap electronics and DVDs because this was 2005, so you could get just really cheap DVDs, and I think I got the entire 6 Star Wars. I got a set of all 6 Star Wars movies for $5. It was great.
I can barely hear her myself. Soon I won't be able to hear her at all. Soon I won't be able to hear her at all. I don't like killing human beings.
Also, the one interesting thing about this game, because even if something is slightly spoilery, there's no context for it, but also there's so many, there's 5 different paths through every mission that most likely, even if you are spoiled a tiny bit, it's not really a spoiler because it could actually go another way depending on the choices you make. So yeah, don't worry about getting spoiled. If something is really spoilery, I will make sure to mute it or whatever.
I don't like killing.
The build before it got achievements you tested. That's right. Okay, Sasha, I'm sorry. Yes, you did test a lot. I remember now. Okay.
I don't like killing I don't like killing human beings. I don't like killing human beings. Even if it is unavoidable.
Unavoidable? More like unavoidable.
I don't like killing human beings, but was he even human anymore? I don't know. A debate for another time.
A debate for another time.
I don't like killing human beings.
Still remember using floppy disks in school. The save icon is a floppy. Wow, it's amazing people don't know that. Are people even going to know what the camera icon is on the phone anymore? Oh, I know who. Riot Esper, was that Derek Liu? He did the Unavowed teaser, and I think I might have taught him that because maybe I'll take credit for teaching him that lesson because he was doing a trailer for me and he was avoiding all the money shots, all the really cool moments of the game. He just wasn't putting in the trailer, and I'm like, why don't you use this really cool thing? And he's like, oh, I figure you want to avoid spoilers. I'm like, no one's gonna know what that means. You see this cool explosion, you don't know the context behind the explosion. So definitely use it. I have that argument with devs a lot too. When I'm publishing something and I make a trailer and I include some big moment and they're like, no, don't spoil it. I'm like, it's cool. No, they don't know what that means. I know. Oh my God, Pigman. I remember him. He used to interview me quite a lot. Yeah. I was an English teacher in Korea. I worked for a company called Avalon, and they taught in Megum, but I worked out of the Sune branch. Yeah, I think it was Sune. Yeah, it was Sune, even though I lived in Megum. And there was an Avalon branch in Megum, but of course, naturally, I wasn't working there. I had to take the bus to Sune, so that was great.
Even if it is.
But it was like 50 cents. It was like 50 cents to take the bus, or it was like maybe $2 to take a cab. It was so cheap. Oh, living there was so cheap.
Even if it is.
Of course, I live in New York City now, so, you know, I'm very nostalgic for how cheap things were to live there.
Even if it is. Even if it.
How's my Korean? Not good. When I was living there, I remember I learned how to read it in like a weekend. I could read it because it's very phonetic language. It's very easy to learn how to read it. But I've forgotten it. I mean, it's been 12 years since I was there. But do I remember anything? 감사합니다. 여기요. No, I don't remember a thing. I'm sorry. I remember I would get in the taxi and say, "Migum yogyo," or, 12 years ago, I knew a lot more. I don't remember anything. I don't remember any of it. Sorry.
I don't like killing human beings. Even if it's unavoidable.
안녕하세요, that I remember. 안녕, hello.
Even if it's unavoidable.
My Korean's really good. Thank you. Those two things that I can say them really well. I think because I said those a lot. Hello and thank you. And oh my God, how do you say goodbye? Like the three things you learn: hello, goodbye, and thank you. I forget how to say goodbye.
Even if it's unavoidable. Even if it. I don't know. A debate for another time. Even if it is unavoidable. But was he even human anymore?
All right, that's fine. I'm just
A debate for another time. You want to thank us? Just do one thing for me, okay? Earn this. You want to thank us? 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 Just do one thing for me. Just do one thing for me, okay? You want to thank us? Just do one thing for me, okay? Earn this.
Big Lek or Big Glek is hosting me. Okay. Thank you, if you're here.
A man died so you could stay human.
Excuse me.
A man died so you could stay human. Make sure it's worth it, okay?
God, I love this guy's voice. I adore
Okay,
it.
then. Is that too low?
You could just go swimming in it. His voice.
I'm not sure what that accomplished.
How does hosting work exactly? I have no idea. I know that it's like if they... I think if you have let's say someone had a really popular stream and they agreed to host me, then when if I am doing a stream and they're not online at the time, my stream will show up on their channel and all of their subscribers will get notified. I think. I'm not sure how it works.
I'm not sure what that accomplished.
I guess that way, like your channel will constantly have something on it. So if you have if you're hosting some really good people, that means people are constantly coming to your channel to watch stuff, which I guess works. And also the guy you're hosting gets more viewers, so they'll probably end up subscribing to your channel. So yeah, if you're watching on the GOG's channel, why don't you subscribe to mine?
I'm not sure what that accomplished. I'm not sure what that accomplished.
It's one of those, what are you trying to do? Why are you using the fish on the dumbwaiter?
I'm not sure what that accomplished.
You don't actually use a fish on a dumbwaiter in this game.
I'm not sure what that accomplished. Is that like a random thing? Okay, so like when he's like... Okay, so this should be kind of funny. I'm not sure what that accomplished.
There we go. Script Welder, for some reason on the corner of my eye, I keep thinking it says spider web. So it's like I'm thinking, oh my god, Spiderweb software is here? Cool. Hi, Jeff. I'm a big fan of that guy.
Yeah. Mandana. How'd you get there?
Okay, I don't know the context. For this
Mandana.
Here we go. I'm just going to take a wild guess.
How'd you get there? How'd you
How'd you get
Mandana.
here?
Mandana? How'd you get here?
There we go. It's how'd you get here? Doink.
Yes. Of course you are.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to do something a little cheap. This is what I do as kind of a psychological, like, thing for myself. Because right now, I have this, like, whole big, there's this massive 2.5 hour, it's almost 3 hour long file. But I'm, like, getting close to the end. But it inches along very, very slowly as I work on it. So what I do to kind of psychologically make myself feel good about what I'm doing, I delete everything that I've edited already. So that's already edited. I don't have to worry about that. So now the file has been shrunk to, oh my God, 41 minutes. See, now I feel good. I only have 41 minutes left. So now I'll see this little thing at the bottom move a lot faster because the file is a lot shorter. So psychologically, it feels like I'm going a lot faster. I heard mandala. You're not the only one. Especially those who have played Techno Babylon. Some of the testers refer to her as mandala.
Yes.
My wife does too.
Of course
It's really funny.
Yes. Of course you are. Hi.
I love how it slowly goes down in intensity. Hi. I wanted the lower one. This is a kind of a more subdued moment, so.
Hi. Nothing gets by you, does it? Nothing gets by you, does it?
There we go. Okay, I'm seeing several shocked faces, and I'm wondering, well, I have a tongue sticking out, grin, and a shocked face. So I don't know what that's referring to, but...
Nothing gets by you, does it? Yes, I know.
Okay. Eli is upset, but you don't know why, because there's no context.
I know. Yes. I know. I heard about the missing kid. I looked him up. Not exactly a lot of dots to connect.
Looked him up. That's called a breath pop.
I looked him up.
Which I'm gonna kill by... I have a little pop filter, pop remover that I looked up online, and I created in Audacity, and now it's there forever. So if I ever move to another computer, I'm gonna have to recreate. I have like a dozen macros for Audacity.
I looked him up.
All right, I kind of got rid of it.
I looked him up.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to get rid of it because, as I said yesterday, those of you who are here, I'm well aware of what this game is. It's a static talking portrait, and you just hear the voiceover. So, like, getting rid of every little flaw, every click, every mouth smack, every breath pop or whatever, it's just you reach the point of diminishing returns. If I can get rid of it by hitting a key, like I just did, then great. If not, I'm not going to spend much more time on it. So, yeah, because there's only a limit to, like, how effective processing can be. If they were in one room, would they look at someone and ask for Mandy? You mean Mandana and Mandala? I don't know, because they exist in different universes. So, I don't know.
I heard about the missing kid. I looked him up. Not exactly a lot of dots to connect. Not exactly a lot of dots to connect.
And also Mandala, she's only called Mandala in the trance. So I don't think they would meet in the trance. Mandana's not the type of person to go in the trance, I think. So I think they're safe.
No, you don't.
Assuming that's what you're talking about. Although Eli does refer to him as Mandana as Mandy occasionally.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
What do you think?
Okay, you know what? I'm going to save. Of course, now I can't put my regular timestamp on it, can I? So I'm just going to give it, I'm just going to give it an A. That way I like to have old versions of the file just in case. And once I get it done, then I'll delete the old ones because it takes up a lot of hard drive space. Because I'm exporting all these as WAV files, which is like uncompressed. You know, it's a raw WAV. So it's a big file.
What do you think? What do you think?
There we go.
Sure sounds like it. Sure sounds like it. So am I, like, super affected by this, or is that cool? Okay.
I just need some water. Whoa, I almost dropped my water on my printer. That was close. Stay put. You can't see it, but my desk is super cluttered. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how cluttered my desk is.
Okay.
I really need to fix that.
Sure sounds
Eventually.
like it. Sure sounds.
By the way, let me
super
know if
affected
the...
by this, or...
Wait, what did I just do? What did I just do? What did I just do? Crow. Okay, it's fine. Again, like if this sound mix is okay. Like I said yesterday, I listened to a part of the stream, and the voiceover coming from Audacity was really loud while my voice was really low. So let me know if it sounds okay. Top hand corner of the screen. Eli is super affected by this.
Sure sounds like it. Sure sounds like it. Not exactly a lot of dots to connect. No, you don't. What do you think?
Darn.
Sure sounds like it.
What was the last line I edited?
Sure sounds like it. What do you think? What do you think?
There we go. Okay. Phew, I almost skipped a few lines.
What do you think? What do you think? Sure sounds like it.
Yeah, sounds better today. Yeah, it sounded. I don't know how you'd listen to me yesterday, because you'd have to turn your volume all the way up to hear me talking, and then when I played Audacity, it would like blare your ears out. So sorry
Sure
about that.
sounds like it. So am I, like, super affected by this, or? Sure sounds like it. Sure sounds like it. Sure sounds like it. I think
Compared to most people on Twitch, you are very quiet. Your voice is only a little lower than Audacity. So should I turn my microphone up a little bit? I can do that. If that is what you're referring to, I can turn my mic up a little bit.
I think
Compared to, unless you mean that most people on Twitch are really loud and very wacky and blah. That's not me. There's a poster of Blackwell inside of the trance in Technobabylon. There's a chance for Unavowed to have its place in the... Oh, I'm sure. Mandala can meet virtual Mandana. Virtual Unavowed in Technobabylon. Sure, let's do that.
I hope. Sure sounds like it. What do you think?
You know, I'm just realizing I took the really aggressive sounding "what do you think" when that's not how it's supposed to be.
What do you think?
There we go, a nicer one. Context is important. Seriously, guys, when you need to be doing some work but you just can't, you don't feel it, what do? Oh, you know, what kind of context do the voiceovers have? Do you take them through the plot or include notes? You know, it's funny. There's a lot of schools of thought about that. I used to feel like I had to give the actors context for everything, explain where they were, what happened up to this point, etc. And there was this really funny. I found this video that I took during Technobabylon recording where I was directing. My wife sometimes would take videos during the recording. I was directing Sarah Amalai, who played Clarity, and at one point she was delivering a line. Excuse me. And for like 5 minutes, there's a video of me just explaining everything to her. And I could just look at Sarah's face, and she's just like not even paying attention. She's just kind of nodding, too polite to interrupt me. And then like at the end of it, she says, "So my sister died, and I think this person might have done it." And I'm like, that's basically it. And I could see her face. She just sort of nodded. And I could see her face thinking, that's what you should have told me. So yeah, like an actor really, they don't care about context. They want to do a good job. And so you give them just enough. Like you say, okay, you're angry, go. Or you give them just a little bit. This person killed your brother. This person is your brother who you haven't seen in a long time, or that kind of thing. Or say that again, but make it more sarcastic. That's what they want, especially for a game where there's so much of it. There's so many lines. And like, especially I know in a game like Dragon Age or a BioWare style game or a Witcher style game where it's like the recording sessions can take weeks and weeks of, like daily sessions, and you have a limited amount of time, and, you have to pay for the studio, you have to pay for the actor, especially if you're working with union, so it's best to just get as much done as possible. And so you want the actor to just keep going. Here's a little bit of context, go. And if they get it wrong, you tweak it, and then you move on to the next one. So, and that's the weirdest thing. Like, you play The Witcher and Geralt is doing this really emotional stuff. And then you realize, like, in the studio, the actor, Doug Cockle, who I've met once, name dropping, he probably has no idea the context for any of this. But it doesn't matter. They can just sort of pull the emotion out of their sleeve. That's why voice actors are such the most interesting people, because they can just pull the emotion out. And you believe it, because it's not important. It's not important that the actor believes it. It's only important that the listener believes it. And if they can pull that off, then that's all you need. And there was some more in chat. It doesn't hurt if you turn up the mic. Okay, I'll turn up the mic a bit. Let's see here. Turn up the gain. Doink. All right, how's that? Is that loud? Is that really loud? Okay. Okay, so here's another question. I'm just, you can tell I'm distracting myself a little bit so I can answer your question, but that's why I'm here. When you need to be doing some work, but you just can't, what do you do? Yeah, I always say that when you're inspired and you're really feeling it, and you, work is easy and it's fun. And when it's just coming and everything is just gelling and everything is just, that's fun. But when it doesn't, it becomes work, and work always sucks. And I guess for me, like, I have to treat it like a job, because it is my job, so if I'm not feeling it, like I have to just push through, because if you get in the habit of just not working when you don't feel it, like, I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to work today. If you get in that habit, you're going to start, you never know, things change. Like if you just push yourself, even if you're not feeling it, something could change. You suddenly, things will gel and you get motivated again while you're there. But if you make the decision of, I'm not going to work today, you won't be able to take advantage of that. So just work anyway. Just I always focus on some like boring, mundane task that doesn't require like creativity or anything like that. Like, I'll just focus on, editing voiceover, or, doing some like bug fixing, or adding some feature that doesn't require, a lot of heavy thinking or creativity or whatever. That's what I do. But again, this is my job. So my way of doing things is different than someone doing it in their spare time. So there's that. I've used major, minor emotions to describe stuff to an actor. Like, you're polite during the time you meet Bob, major, but inside you're pissed, minor, because they didn't invite you to the party. Yeah, I would say that too. I'd be like, yeah, you're angry at this, you're pissed at this person, but you're trying to hide it. And that's the case with most acting, most voice acting, especially grounded acting, like my games tend to be, or a lot of video games tend to be. The thing about video game voice acting, what makes it very special, is that 90% of the time it's grounded. They are real world type characters. You don't get a lot of cartoony, wacky stuff in video games. So the one thing about you have to remember is that real people, we always tend to hide our emotions. We're feeling something, but we really don't let it loose. So if someone's angry, they're not going like this. They're not like going, oh God, like I hate that. Like, no one talks like that, even when they are that angry. They'll just like, they'll hide it. They're being like, yeah, that guy, let's go see him. And the thing about voice acting, I attended this workshop with Jennifer Hale, who like changed my whole attitude when it comes to voice acting. And I'm kind of talking your ear off, but whatever, this is my stream. She said how like voice acting is like a close-up. It's like a close-up camera. For video games, like a close-up camera, while cartoons are like a 3-camera sitcom set where you're playing to the back row, where you need to kind of be a little over the top. But when my voice is like right here, I mean, I can't hide from you. Like if something is in my voice, if I'm angry or upset, like you're gonna pick up on it. You're gonna hear it, because it's intimate. Look how close my my mouth is for the microphone. Like you're hearing everything. So like if you, even if you're trying to hide an emotion, it's gonna get picked up, and then the audience, the listener, is gonna hear that. I found that very interesting. And there's more chat. A good game is like a good poem. If it's done well, it's about what's happened to the person playing the characters. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I know that a big motivating, a big life-changing, not life-changing, but inspirational moment for me was when I was playing, God, I don't remember what game it was. But like where the author of the game just assumed that I cared about the characters, was like putting them in peril and making them go through these heart-wrenching decisions, like before I barely knew who they were. And it's important to remember that, like, you have to think about, okay, why does the player care? Where are their sympathies right now? What are they thinking? You know, that kind of stuff. Dave's dev streams are a bit like a relaxed school sometimes. Thank you. I guess I'm teaching. Whatever. I can impart my wisdom. I've done this for long enough. 12 years I've been doing this. Almost exactly. Yeah, 2006 was when I remember it was the beginning of June when I decided I was going to make the Shiva. So it's been almost exactly 12 years. The Twitch chat window is the pixel below Audacity's window. Twitch chat window? Twitch chat window. I don't know what you're referring to. You mean this thing here? Or is there another chat window? If so, I'm looking, I don't see it. Well, here, let me bring up, okay, I'm bringing up my thing. So here's me 15 seconds in the past. Oh, you mean, I don't know what you mean. Sorry, you're going to have to explain more. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work. I know everyone's asking these wonderful questions. I'll get to them in a bit.
Sure sounds like it. Sure sounds like it. Sure sounds like it. I think Sure.
Slightly out of alignment. Oh, you mean like you want it to be like that? I mean, come on. Really? I mean... okay, if that's what you really want. Which 2018 adventure game have you played? Have I played any 2018 adventure games? I played the sequel to The Fall, which isn't really an adventure game. I'm not a pure adventure game, but I love The Fall and its sequel. And its sequel is called Unbound, so maybe I'm slightly biased there. Okay. Anyway, I'm forgetting where I am here. I should focus because I need to do this. What is going on out there? Car alarms. Welcome to Brooklyn.
I hope they're gonna be okay. Just this once. I think it's all gonna be okay.
It's alright, it's alright. Red Strings Club was fun. Haven't played that one. I played the, what have I played recently? It was the Telltale Batman series. There's 2 seasons of them, and I liked them a lot. I really liked them a lot. I thought they were very good.
I hope they're gonna be okay. I hope they're gonna be okay.
I haven't played Gods Will Be Watching. I did play it at PAX East a few years ago. I especially liked. I know that they were inspired by Gemini Rue, so that was very cool.
Just this once. I think it's all gonna be okay. Just this once. I think it's all gonna be okay. I think it's all gonna be okay. Just this once.
There we go.
No worries. I want to burn it. I want to burn it.
Nope.
I want to burn it. I want to burn that bank to the ground.
Season 3 of Walking Dead. Are you aware of who played the character of Kate Shapira? Not Kate Shapira. Oh my God, that was a girl I went to summer camp with. Oh my God. I forget her last name. Kate. Look up, here's an interesting thing. Look up who played Kate, and then look up who was in Shardlight.
I want to.
Basically, Shelley Shenoy, who is one of our leading ladies, she was Amy in Shardlight. She has done so much for us. She has done so many voices for us. She was in Walking Dead season 3 as a major reoccurring character, and she was really, really good. She was Kate. I think her last name was Garcia. I don't remember quite, but I was very proud of her. She does a lot of voiceover directing for Telltale. She does like what's called Walla or loop group, where you just have like characters in the background talking or yelling or dying or whatever. She does that for Telltale.
I want to.
Kate Garcia. Yeah, I used to go to summer camp with a girl named Kate Shapira. And I'm like, I haven't thought about her in like friggin' like way too many years ago.
I want to burn it. I want to burn that bank to the ground.
Okay, breath pop. Hello. See that breath pop? I'm going to try to kill it. Bye-bye.
Bank to the ground.
There we go. It's gone.
What could stop me? Hell, who could stop me?
Eli's angry, but you don't know why. Out of context. Yeah.
I wanna burn it. I wanna burn it. I wanna burn that bank to the ground.
There we go. Nice and subtle. I always find whenever I choose takes of Eli being angry, I always go for the more subtle ones, because Eli is I think I said this yesterday. He's a very happy-go-lucky guy for the most part, and he's a nice person. So making him really raw is a little too jarring. So it's a lot more menacing if it's more grounded. At least that's how I see it.
I want to burn that. I want to burn that bank.
There we go.
What could stop me? What could stop me? Hell, who could stop me? What could stop me? Who could stop me? What could... Hell, what could stop me? Hell, who could stop me? What could stop me? Hell... I think it's all gonna be okay. I wanna burn it. What could...
Whoops, I accidentally cut out a line.
I wanna burn that bank to the ground. What could stop me?
Super spoilers. Eli hates banks. It's true.
What could stop me?
Actually, no. He was a former accountant. That's what he was before he got his magic. So he actually likes banks.
I wanna burn it. I wanna burn that bank to the ground.
There we go. I like that one.
I wanna burn it. I wanna burn that bank to the ground.
Actually, wait, no.
I wanna burn it.
There we go. I like that one better. Who's texting me? Oh, okay. Nothing important.
What could stop me? Hell, who could stop me?
That's one thing I love about Eli's character, is that he, he's got this ultimate destructive power, but he's like a bookish, accountant at heart. That's weird. I'm hearing those lines, and it sounds like I've heard them from the game, but I just read them in reality? Really?
What's she doing?
Or you mean you read them when you played the game?
What's she doing? 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 What's she doing?
If I lived in the Unavowed universe, which power would I have? I mean, the Unavowed universe is no real, rhyme or reason to what powers people have or they don't have. So, I don't know.
What's she doing? What's she doing?
Basically, it's kind of like this. I think the one thing, I don't know if it's a problem exactly, but I sort of had like the Joss Whedon problem when he moved from Buffy the TV show to Buffy the comic, where suddenly he was. Because at this point, like with Ben as the artist and me, like I know we can create pretty much anything, and so I just sort of went nuts. Like, let's just do anything. We have, like wizards and monsters and, mer people and, all sorts of crazy things. And there was really no constraint on any of it. So I just threw everything in. Everything that I like is in this game. And there was no real, like, there was nothing really holding me back in terms of like, constraining us. Which also made it a little hard to design for us. Since it could literally be anything, it was really hard to like figure out what exactly to put in the game. So sometimes it was hard to like really ground ourselves and get stuff done. So that's.
What's she doing?
Those parts where Eli has voices enough to imagine what he's saying, where the only text was. Oh, okay, good. So Frank's voiceover actually must be really good if you were able to hear the voice even when he wasn't actually voiced in the game. Yeah, obviously that line wasn't voiced because I'm editing it now. So
what's she doing?
Here we go. That's the one I want.
I had to. It was too low before. No, Mandy. You really don't.
Yeah, he's calling Madonna Mandy there. Favorite creature race from the game? That is a good question. Let me think. I like the Muse. She was just my favorite. See, I'm biased. I always think of which character was the most fun to write for, and that was the Muses. I guess I liked. There's one character, the Dryad character, who I really, really liked, but I feel like I didn't really develop her enough. But I guess you can judge that when you see the game.
No, Mandy. You really don't. No, Mandy. You really don't. Jason Grant? That's Jason Grant? I don't believe it.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is going on. How long have I been doing this for? I've been doing it an hour. But I don't know how much footage I've actually edited, because I cut it at one point, didn't I? So I don't know exactly how much. Well, let's know. When I started, there was a little under 40. It was about an hour's worth, right? It was about 50 minutes worth. 50 minutes worth. So, and now there's 40 minutes. I don't know. I can't do the math. Forget it. I don't know how much of this I've actually done.
Jason Grant? That's Jason Grant? Jason Grant? That's Jason Grant? I don't believe it. That's Jason Grant? I don't believe it. Sure, I know him.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna delete everything that came before me, so I have 35 minutes left. Yay!
Sure, I know him. Well, knew him back in the 60s.
After meeting a muse in the game, I had a dream on the next day about people who steal creative energy.
Jason was just a fresh-faced kid back then.
I realized I got in the habit of for previous streams, because the chat window wasn't actually on the screen, I got in the habit of reading all the chats, so anyone viewing it later know what was said, but I don't actually have to do that now, do I?
Jason was just a fresh-faced kid back then. Jason was just a fresh-faced kid back then.
Fresh-faced kid.
Jason was just a fresh-faced kid back. Jason was just a fresh-faced kid then.
Goat brush 3. Goat.
Jason was just a fresh-faced kid then.
I don't know why. You can tell I'm getting punchy because I'm laughing at everything. Oh, God.
Jason was just...
Tell I've got like a half hour left on this thing and I'm losing my mind.
You got old.
I've been doing this for so long, you guys. You have no idea.
Jason Grant? No, you already did that one twice. Sure, I know him. Sure, I know him. Well...
I mean, I get distracted by talking to you guys, but it's still less time wasted than when I just sort of drift towards Twitter or something. Then it's like hours go by.
Knew him back in the 60s. Jason was just a fresh-faced kid then. He got old. He got old. He got old.
I like that one.
He got old. He got old.
You gotta. Oh, God. It's so... Because I like the acting here much better. But he says the line weirdly. He's like, he gotta old.
He got...
Here.
He got... He got...
He gotta.
He got...
Oh, God, that's going to drive me crazy. I could take one from another take.
He got...
Here we go. Let's take that one.
He got old.
There we go. I like that. Except one was recorded a little louder than the other, but I'll deal with that later after processing. I usually adjust that stuff. Let's see. I'll just.
He got...
He gotta.
He got old.
Yeah. Maybe I can fix it here. Bring it up by like 2. There we go.
He got old.
Yeah, there we go.
He
Okay, I like that. All right. That was such a nitpicky thing. It's always frustrating when like the acting is so much better, but there's like one little thing wrong with it. There's nothing more frustrating.
You're kidding. You're kidding. He's haunting his own bank? He's haunting his own bank?
One thing I didn't really think about when writing this game is that how, there's like 5 different paths to get through each section, and sometimes depending on who you have with you, like the character says different words for the exact same situation. So it's not only do I have to write the same thing 5 different ways for each individual character, I sometimes also in addition have to write things 5 different ways for the same character depending on who's with you and who's not. So that was fun. What kind of computer are you using to do all this? I'm using, it was actually custom made. I can probably tell you. I think I know there's like a way to look at the stats, and I forget how to do that. Display settings. There's a way to like about. Yeah, here we go. I mean, here's my stats if you really are curious. Blah blah blah. So yeah, screen cap that if you want to look at it later. So yeah. Oh, Windows specifications. Here we go. Yeah, if any of that's helpful. Yeah, and I called the computer Joey. I got this just after Blackwell was finished. Blackwell Epiphany was done. So I called it Joey. Don't judge me.
Jason Grant?
Steve! Oh my God, hi! How you doing? It's good to see you, man. Well, sort of. Oh my God, thank you for coming by. That's so cool. It's so cool, man. Oh my God. So when is your game coming out? I still have yet to test it. I'm so sorry. I know you sent me a build like a million years ago, and I haven't actually played it. I played like the first room, and I gave you some feedback, but I just don't have the time. I'm sorry. I don't have the time to play games.
Jason Grant?
Steve is Infamous Quests. He did Quest for Infamy and Quest for the Crown.
Jason Grant? I don't believe it. He got old. Sure I know him. He got fresh-faced kid then. You're kidding. He's haunting his own bank? Jason Grant? I don't believe it.
Wait, did I? How far back does this go?
That's Jason Grant? Sure I know him.
Oh, right. Because he's saying the same thing but with a different character, so it's a different conversation. Oh my God, this is so hard to keep track of.
Jason Grant? I don't believe it.
I'll keep refining it and working on it. Yep, I know what you mean. There comes a point where you just think, yep, good enough.
He sure got old. He sure got old.
That one?
You're joking. You're joking. You're joking.
You're joking.
All
right.
Well.
Unavowed is twice higher resolution. Does that influence performance now? Not on my computer. The new OpenGL graphics driver for AGS helps, but nope, it doesn't influence performance. There's some areas of the game which I meant to get feedback from the testers on. There's this one area of the game where there's lots of visual effects. It's an alleyway where a monster attacks you, and there's like this undulating puddle. There's rain coming down. There's drips coming down from various parts of the alleyway, and there's a lot of animation and things happening. And it used to slow down a lot of people's computers, but then when we moved to the OpenGL driver, that problem seems to have gone away. So yeah, but there's no real influence. There's no change in performance that I'm aware of. You use AGS? I do. For now, I might be switching. I say that with every game, though.
Could I ask you a question, Ms. Cook? Could I ask you a question, Ms. Cook? Your son, Elijah. Did you name him after anyone?
I just cracked my... Wow, that was loud. Apology. AG used to say that. I might switch next game. I do know. I knew AGS really well at this point. It's my mistake. I think I might have talked about this yesterday. About it's 2015. I tried to make the switch. I thought I would make a game. I picked up Unity and I did a bunch of tutorials, and I thought I would make my next game in Unity. But there were two things. Number one is that my mistake was that I was trying to basically make the same game that I always make. I tried to basically make a game in Unity that feels like an AGS game, and that wasn't going to happen. And I got very frustrated that I couldn't. And also, Unavowed was so complicated in terms of design. I realized I'm making all these hand gestures, and you don't see them because my arms are yeah. Anyway. Unavowed was so ridiculously complicated, just in terms of design and all these things going on under the hood, that learning a new engine on top of that was not the time. That was not going to be the time to do that, so I didn't. Oh my god, the chat's exploding. I used a fairly old machine. The only performance issues I had was if I tried to hold the key down. You know what? I have that problem too. I wondered if there was some bit of code I added that where if you hold a key down, it slows the game down. I don't know why it does that. I've been trying to figure it out, but it's not really that. It's not really a bug exactly, so I haven't really made it a priority. I tried game on laptop and PC, and on both I had FPS drop at launch animations of the game. Oh, really? Does that still happen with the OpenGL driver? I'm curious if that's the case. And do our other games also have slowdown on your computer? That would be an interesting thing to learn.
Did you name him after it? Your son, Elijah. Did you name him?
Yeah, the first take was fine.
Yes. Yes. His. Elijah. And father.
You know what? This next line is probably safe. I think it might be a spoiler. So here's what I'm gonna do what I did yesterday and just copy all versions of that line, so you don't have to listen to it. Or I can just mute this for a second. Let's see. So if I mute this, if I mute the desktop, whoops. You could still hear me.
His
Whoops. Yeah, you can't hear this. You can't hear this, can you? Just let me know if you can hear that. Can you hear that? I know there's like a 15-second lag, so I'm just going to sit here like twiddling my thumbs until someone tells me that they can't hear that. Can't hear it. Okay, so I'm going to edit it while this is muted, because it's kind of a little bit of a spoilery line. Not really, but, you know, better safe than sorry. So I'm just going to edit that one. Okay, I'm going to put that down. Okay, is the next line safe? Oh no, the next line, the next sound is Frank blowing his nose, so that's exciting. Frank said something funny, but you can't hear it. All right. Yeah, this is very spoilery. I'm not gonna let you listen to it. Sorry. If you want to read the waveform and get spoiled that way, you know what? Like, I can't stop you. I don't think that's possible, but if it was, you know, if you want to put the effort into it to be spoiled, you're you know. Sorry, so I'll just. Okay. Almost to the end of the spoilery bits. All right, yeah. All right, he's giving one more take and then. Yeah, okay, I like that one better. Okay, sorry about this, guys. I don't want to spoil you. This bit is very spoilery. Okay, I like that one better. I like this one better. Okay, I like that one better. This one's better. Okay, that one's better. I'm going to take that one. That one's nicer, I think. No, that one's better. I'm going to keep the old one. Okay, I think this is the end of the section here. Sorry about this. You can listen to the wonderful sound of the truck coming to a stop outside my window. There we go. That's a nice one. I'll take that one. Okay, I think we're safe now. Turn it back on. Sorry, my machine lags at the moment. I thought AGS works fine on Linux and Mac. Not quite. I mean, actually, there's... excuse me. It works well on emulators. And there has been some really significant progress on a native Mac port of AGS games. We are going to try to launch simultaneously on Mac and PC. Linux is not really high on our priority list. It's really hard to support Linux. It's really, really hard because it really... Linux is an interesting beast because it's like there's no like out-of-the-box specific way that Linux works. It's like it's all... The whole point of Linux is that the user can make it run however they want. Everything is custom. Everything is like organized and set by the user. Like if you want to download a program, you can't just download an application for Linux. You basically download the package and you have to install it. You have to like download the binary and do some, and compile it, and then it runs on Linux. It's impossible to support. I don't know how anyone does it. And sadly, the reality is, it's a very, very tiny fraction of the user base. It's so small that spending it requires the most support for the tiniest amount of sales, and that's the reality, sadly. So it's really hard to support it. And funny, and usually if any savvy Linux user can make it work anyway. So we don't really support that yet. We just don't have the resources to. It's funny, like my wife and I would joke, the difference between like a Mac, PC, and a Linux tester. A PC tester will usually gives a report of, okay, it crashed when I did this specific thing. I tried it 5 different ways and it crashed each time. Here's how it happened. A Mac user would say it crashed at some point, and that would be it. While a Linux tester would be, it crashed. I dived into the source code, and here's a 10-page document showing you how I personally would fix it. So Linux users are insane. They're just amazing.
Let's not leave so soon. We've barely looked around. Let's not leave so soon. We've barely looked around. Let's not leave so soon. We've barely looked around.
I like that one. That sounds subtly more Eli. Can't quite explain how. I need water. Excuse me. Thank you, sir. Oh, that's not for me. That thank you was for someone else.
Is that a passport? Is that a passport? Is that a passport? Me? It's me. It's
I like the first one better.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I like that one better.
No. She's right. She's completely right.
Really good vocal performances in this game. You get good work out of people. Oh, thank you, Steve. Certainly been doing it long enough. Also, I love it. I just adore working with the voice actors.
This is... No. She's right. This is...
Also, Frank is just really, really good. He's just amazing. I just adore
2025, anything?
I was telling everyone yesterday that Frank Todaro, he voices Starscream in the current I keep saying Star Wars. Transformers. Starscream in Transformers. I think, so he's a big nerd, but he's a great actor. I just adore working with him. He's just got this like really warm sounding voice. Like you listen to him and you're comforted. And a big part of Eli's character is that he's also a father, and that's a big part of his identity. So it's like, I wanted you to feel like he could be your dad. And he's just got that voice.
Oh, okay. Got it. So it's just that it looks like me.
No, he's not a father himself. So
I can't believe it. It's impossible.
Oh, you hear that? My stomach just kind of let out a weird growl.
No. I can't believe it.
I didn't watch the Transformers when I was a kid. I don't know why I never did. I was a He-Man guy. And you never see He-Man around. But I was a He-Man guy. I was a Thundercats guy. I don't know what else in the 80s that I was a big fan of. Those are the two big ones I remember. I never watched Transformers. Meanwhile, it seems like everything I would like, but I just never watched Transformers. Logan's fantastic. I mean, Logan Cunningham plays a character named Logan in the game, which totally wasn't confusing at all. Oh god, well, Logan can just read the phone book and you'd be entranced. He just has this arresting, amazing voice. He sounds like a 60-year-old chain-smoking cowboy, but he's like a young, good-looking kid, like in his mid-20s or something. He just sounds like, his voice just sounds lived in. I can't explain it. He just sounds like he's lived, even though he's so young. It's probably all the cigarettes the guy smokes. He smokes a lot.
It's impossible. I can't believe it. No. I need to be sure. I need to talk to Miss Cook again. No. I need to be sure. I need to talk to Mrs. Cook again.
There we go. Mrs. Cook, not Miss Cook.
She would know. She has to.
The Masters of the Universe movie in the 90s was so much fun. I read a little bit about that. Apparently it's like nobody involved in making that movie knew anything about the show. They just got some like very basic story treatments, and then they started making the movie because they really had to rush to, I think because they needed to capitalize on something or another. They really needed to like get the movie out as soon as possible. So they didn't have time to like watch the show and try to make a movie based on the show. They just like got some basic story character treatments and made this stupid movie. I want to apologize for not doing any beta testing on this game. I plan to throw money at this when it comes out instead. All right. that's totally fine. You know, but it's like there's still plenty of time. There's still like 2 months to play, and I really could use some fresh eyes. Like, don't think because you haven't tested that you can't test yet, unless you legit don't have time. Because like we could use some fresh eyes on it, because I think the current tester batch are getting a little jaded by it because they've tested it so much that like no one has given me a report yet. Like I've gotten like no bug reports from the latest build, and I think I sent it out on Monday. I think because most of the testers have played it several times already, so they're in no hurry to play it again. So if you haven't played it yet and you want to test, please do. You got a promotion. Well, congratulations. That's your new job is a lot more important than my silly game. So congratulations. We're stale. I mean, I don't mean to suggest that you're tired and bitter of the game. I love your reports, Laura, but I would not, I would understand completely if you just decided, no, I'm sick of this game. You, I think, have been one of the testers who has played it the most. And that's kind of awesome. I can barely stomach to play this thing again. Excuse me.
All right, again.
And ask any developer, they will say the same thing.
No.
I never saw the Super Mario Brothers movie. I heard it was really interesting just in terms of just how nuts it was.
No.
How many people are here? 36! That's a record for this thing. I think the most I ever got was like 29. 36 people are here watching me edit voiceover? Okay. I guess this is more interesting to people than I thought it would be.
No. I can't believe it.
All right. I know I'm getting distracted so much I'm not sure where we are here.
No. I need to be sure. I need to talk to Mrs. Cook again.
Here we are.
No. I can't believe it.
Love the content lore discussions in the beta testing. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I know that like world building and lore has always been like my weakest point, and I think in Unavowed it's still kind of the weakest point because I'm focusing more on the four main characters and their relationships with each other. So that's where most of my energy goes.
No.
Yeah, I like that one better. I'm taking that one.
It's impossible. No. I need to be sure. I need to talk to Mrs. Cook again.
Oh my God. Did you hear that? Sorry.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Oh my God. My stomach keeps just making weird noises. I'm hearing it. I don't know if you are.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
Okay, I like that acting better, but there's this annoying breath pop that I just want to kill. All right, breath pop. Let's see if I can kill this one. This looks like a difficult one. Let's see if I can get rid of that one.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I killed it. I killed you.
It's impossible.
Death to breath pops.
I need to be sure. I need to talk to Mrs. Cook again. No. I need to be sure. I need to talk to Mrs. Cook again.
I like that one better. Oh, and I see a lot of chat here. Kind of interesting watching this, considering I'm looking to become a VO artist. Cool. Though I'm like, this is different than than actually acting. I'm just editing it later. I had a pre-diploma practice when I became a tester, so I had a lot of time to test. Now I actually, right? That's fine, Sasha. You did so much testing. Like I said, it's totally okay. You think it's your weakest point? I'm going to disagree. I think your lore and world building are some of the best things about your games. Really? Well, thank you, Steven. I mean, I would disagree if only because in Blackwell, it's like I changed the lore so much in between projects. Like I realized something wasn't working and I would change things like in between games, and I would just like very casually ignore that a certain piece of lore just was ever a thing to start with. So it's like if I managed to hide that and you didn't notice, awesome. There was an entire thread dedicated to a major plot point, actually. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yeah, it's more that I wanted to discuss if it was effective and how I could make it better. Yeah, because I wanted to discuss it because that's my weakest point. So I wanted to like talk to the testers and see how they reacted to it and what I could do to make it better. The lore and world of Blackwell is like so much of its charm and appeal. Well, thank you. I think there's this thing in Blackwell. I made a whole big thing about how that like Madeline and the Countess were really close and worked together for a very, very long time. And then in Blackwell Epiphany, I made a big point of saying, no, they've only been together for 1 month. And I just kind of forgot about, the what I had established in a previous game. So there's a lot of contradictions and stuff in Blackwell that I'd forgotten about.
No. I need to be sure.
Oh, whoops, I didn't copy that over because I'm an idiot and I'm getting distracted by talking. Hi, everybody.
She would know. She has to.
Okay, let's... But that's why I'm doing the stream, because doing this VO does my head.
Cast off, I think. Residue that's sometimes left behind when magic is used.
Hello. I got my microphone in front of my keyboard here, so I'm like constantly peeking around to see it.
It's cast off, I think. Residue that's sometimes left behind when magic is used. It's cast off. Yeah. I don't know what else.
I'm clearing bugs on my product in my other window. Awesome. And I can't read your Omega number. There you are. There's like dark blue on a gray background. I can't read your name.
Yeah. I don't know what else it could be. Yeah. I don't know what else it could be.
All right, that's too loud and aggressive. Take the more calm one.
Yeah. I don't know what else it could be.
The Blackwell lore expanded and Unavowed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was nice to kind of be also like the kind of yeah.
Whoever did
I gave myself a bit of a freedom in that because it's like the implication on Unavowed is that like the supernatural world has kind of gotten more aggressive and things have changed, and there's like a whole point like when I think Eli talks to Logan, and Logan is like, so like you've worked with bestowers before, and what do you know about us? And he's like, nothing that's relevant anymore because everything has changed. So I kind of gave myself a bit of get out of jail free card in terms of having to keep things consistent with Blackwell.
Whoever did this, they were careful. Whoever did this, they were careful. This spell has a very strong veil around it. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it.
It consumed the lore of Blackwell instead of forgetting about it. Good point. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That's a good way. I like that. It consumed the lore.
This spell has a very strong veil around it. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it. Otherwise, Winnie Cook could have... Yeah. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it.
I think this is like, about 2.5 hours into this session. So I think Frank is getting just as punchy as I am.
Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it.
See, this is how long have I been doing this? An hour and a half. Yeah, this is when I start to get to my punchy phase. I'm like,
Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it.
I like that one better. So let's see if we can get to the end of this damn file.
Mandana, look. Damn. Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it?
Yeah. I have to write the same dialogue twice. Because with Eli, it's like if he's talking with Vicky or Logan, who are new to the Unavowed, he has to explain what cast off is. But if he has to explain what this thing is. But if he's with Mandana, who already knows what it is, it's a different kind of conversation. So I had to write the same conversation 3 different ways.
Mandana, look. Mandana, look. Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it? Is that cast off? It's
cast off. That's a weird way of saying that.
Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it? It's cast off, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go. Splicing 2 different takes together.
Is that cast off? Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it?
Of course, the first half of it is slightly lower, which is going to drive me nuts, so I'm going to raise that up a bit. Whoops. What'd I do?
Is that cast off?
What did I just do? Okay. I just zoomed in. By mistake. Okay, let's fix that. Whoops. Bam. Bring that up 2, and then...
Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it?
Needs to go up a little bit more.
Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it?
Sounds good to me. Okay. That kind of stuff drives me nuts.
Oh, okay. No worries. Do you want me to do another run of that last bit, or I don't remember if I did one or two.
All right, I'm gonna again psychologically, I'm gonna delete everything that came before here. How much do I have left? 25 minutes. Yeah.
I did? Okay. Okay.
I don't know if you know, I'll know. This is literally the last file I have to edit. This is it. So, oh my god, this is like somewhere between 40 and 50 hours of voiceover that I had to edit. Stephen, how much? I mean, I don't know how many voiceover lines were in not Order of the Thorn. Oh my god, Quest for Infamy. How many lines would you say were in that game? Because that was a pretty big game, and that was like an RPG, and your main character was voiced. The player character in Unavowed is not. So I'm curious, how many lines were in that game? I have to go home now. Probably missed the end of the stream. Bye everyone. Bye Laura. Thank you for coming, and again, thank you for being such an awesome tester. So yeah, I'm sure I'll talk to you soon.
Mandana, look. Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it?
You know what? After all that editing, the final take I like the best. So, that was all wasted time.
Jesus. They veiled it, too. Clever. Jesus. They veiled it, too. Clever. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it by now. Clever. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it by now.
I like that one better, and I like this clever better. Clever better.
Yeah. We know she isn't crazy. Too bad we can't tell her that. Mandana, look. Is that cast off? It's cast off, isn't it?
Oh my god, how many times did you say this, Frank?
Jesus. They veiled it, too.
Normally, I would, insist that an actor, especially an actor like Frank, who's really good, I only do 2 takes and then move on. Frank is kind of a perfectionist, and when you're working with a remote actor, it's a little hard to control that kind of thing. He did, rather than do 2 takes of everything, he did, 3 or 4. So that's why it took a little longer to get his stuff done. Did I end up picking any of the remote VO? Yeah, I maybe didn't end up picking up as much as I should have. I guess I got maybe about 40, somewhere between 30 and 40% of the non-party characters were done remotely, which was helpful because that was less money I could spend. It was less money that I would have had to spend in a studio, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, and remote is hard because of the consistent audio conditions. There's just one character in Unavowed, the one actor whose microphone, I don't understand because he's like a professional. He does a lot of voiceover, and his microphone it sounded so bad. It was so muffled. I was amazed that just he's a professional. This sounds awful, but fortunately Thomas Reagan managed to do some kind of wizardry, so it sounds okay. It does not sound consistent with any of the other characters in the game. Sasha, have you played? I don't know if you played any of the versions with voice in it, but he played Clay Chipman, the baker, and he played Jason Grant, who you only talk to if you have Logan with you. But if you go into the bagel shop in Brooklyn neighborhood and you talk to Clay Chipman, his voice sounds so different compared to everyone else. Fortunately, because of the game, the way the game is, the player character is not voiced. They speak, but they're not voiced. And so you don't notice it as much. So when the other character responds to you, they're not responding to your character speaking. So it's less noticeable. It's only noticeable when the character is talking to someone else. Eli, this quality is slightly different than everyone else. Just ever so slightly, just slightly. Enough that I notice, but I don't think anyone else will.
Clever. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it by now. Yeah. We know she isn't crazy. Too bad. Clever. Otherwise, Winnie Cook would have seen it by now. Yeah. We know she isn't crazy. Too bad we can't tell her that.
I like that better.
A shame this sample is so old. I could have tried doing a scan on it. Oh well.
Oh well, here we go.
A shame that...
Do you think the game might reach an audience of players which don't traditionally play point and clicks after exposure from Kalasch's actor? I don't know how much. I don't know how much traction I'm going to get from that. The thing about I used a kind of an internet famous guy to voice one of the characters in the game. Is Sungwon Cho, who plays a guy who goes by the name of like ProZD, I think, on Twitter, and he's a internet famous guy. He's got like a zillion followers on YouTube, and he did the voiceover in our trailer, and he was so good. I decided to cast him in the game, and he was a little more expensive than my usual voice actors, but not by much. When I did the math, he was only slightly more expensive than an actor I would have recorded with locally. And so for a couple of extra $100, it was like $200 extra on what I would have spent on a local actor. Not a remote actor. And for that amount of money, I figured, like, why chafe at that expense? I could potentially get a lot out of it. So, I don't know. Even if I get, it was worth it because he's a great actor. Oh, 9,800 lines. Okay. So Quest for Infamy has fewer lines than Unavowed. Unavowed has about 13,000. What have I done to myself?
A shame this sample is so old. I could have tried doing a scan on it.
What's funny is you saw him in the credits. What's funny about him in the credits is that his character in the game is like a really like austere, doomed mentor type character. It's like, we are the wall against the oncoming darkness. And then I like to include the actor's pictures next to the character. And Sungwon is like this he looks like he's 16. He just looks like this chubby, cherubic 16-year-old kid, even though he's like close to my age. So it's funny seeing that face next to like that character. So that was really kind of neat.
Oh well. Are they still making these toys? Are they still making these toys? I remember buying one for my youngest back in the 60s. Are they still making these toys?
Yesterday, Omega Number, we had like a bunch of the voice actors in the chat. It was pretty neat.
Are they still making these toys? I remember buying one for my youngest back in the 60s.
Okay, you're about to hear a Blackwell reference, just so you know.
His name was Griff, I think. God, Jesus, she loved that thing. His name was Griff, I think. God, Jesus, she loved that thing. His name was Griff, I think. God, Jesus, she loved that thing. God, Jesus, she loved that thing.
Yeah. God, Jesus, she loved that thing. Nope, I prefer this one.
God, Jesus, she loved that thing. Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. Let's keep going.
Papaya Chem, I missed yesterday. I feel bad for not having played your games, guys. They'll be there whenever you want to. They're not going anywhere. Whenever you decide you want to play them, they'll be there. Yeah, Blackthorn's wife became a meme for a while.
Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. Let's keep going.
She was Angry Splash Mountain Lady, which I...
A guy? What's he look like?
A guy?
A guy? What's he look like?
I don't know what the context for that is. I have no idea. I'm going to look it up. A guy? Oh, yes. Okay. I remember the context.
Travis. Okay. A guy? What's he look like? Travis. Travis.
Why'd that get cut off? He's infamous.
For safety. That's a golem. An ice golem. Travis.
There we go. Okay.
That's a golem. An ice golem, no less.
All right, this is lame. I've been here for like I'm not gonna stop the stream, but I've been doing this for 2 hours, and I've had this entire pint glass of water. So you can imagine what I need to do right now. I will be right back. Thanks, guys. Hello, I am back. Oh, come on, chair. Whoa, this chair will not stay put. Also got myself a little snack thing. My new snack of choice is grapes. So I'll be eating these grapes. I got them 2 days ago, so if I don't eat them, they're just gonna go bad. So I have to eat them. Of course, now I have no room on my desk. How am I going to do this? Where am I going to put this? I'll put this over here. I have to move some stuff. My desk is basically a table. I don't have like shelves and things. I really need to like start organizing this desk and make it a real desk. I am not much professional here. Okay. Oh, hi. I got grape in my mouth. I just see the chats here. I bet he needs to get some more water. I still have like half this pint mug. But I drank a full one before, and then when the chat started, I refilled it. And I did not use the facilities before that. So, yeah, I kind of needed to go. Anyway, that was that.
That's a golem. An ice golem, no less. It's kind of a machine programmed to follow a few simple commands. Not from here. Not from here. I need line of sight.
This is probably one of my favorite parts of the game, this scene right now. Those of you who've tested it probably know why.
Deafness? Defenses, excuse me. It was like at the corner of the thing. I'm like, what's going on?
Hi, I'm
Breakdance
grape. Hello.
Not from here.
Oh my god, that's what I do with my kid. We eat grapes, and we like put them in our teeth like this, and go, hi. And that was lame. I'm treating the stream like my daughter.
Not from here. I need line of sight, and I'm not sure what kind of defenses she's got. Not from here. I need line of sight. Not from here. I need line of sight, and I'm not sure what kind of defenses she's got.
I'm sure Steven knows what I'm talking about because he's got kids. It's like you get into certain patterns with your kids and then you start doing them with other adults. You're like, wait, why did I do that?
Not from here. I need line of sight, and I'm not sure what kind of defenses she's got. I need line of sight, and I'm not sure what kind of defenses she's got.
Yeah,
It can sense my fire It can sense my fire magic. I don't think we can go out there. It can sense my fire magic. I don't think we can go out there.
That first one's better.
It can sense my fire magic. I don't think I can go out there.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm gonna take that one. That one's better. Boop boop boop.
It can sense my fire magic. I don't think I can go out there.
Talking to adults way about it. Princess Sophia. Oh my god. Eve is obsessed with. Oh my god. It's all she will watch. It's it. Princess Sophia, and then she'll get back into Daniel Tiger, and I can't stand it. Honestly, I don't mind Princess Sophia so much because it's really well done. It's actually got characters and like well-written stories and amazing animation, and the songs are catchy. Like, I'd rather her learn what good production value is from Princess Sophia than have her like learn about how to express your feelings from Daniel Tiger, because it doesn't work. She still like throws tantrums and does all that kid stuff. Daniel Tiger doesn't really teach her anything. Are the numbers still okay with compared to GOG? The state of everything has all been a little bit down. So it's like, it's not that Steam is on par with GOG now. It's more like everything has kind of gone a bit down. Also, it's like with us, we do all right. It's just the main concern for us right now. It's been so long since our last release. It's been a long time. This is the longest we've gone between releases. And so we need to get something out. Usually we get like, with every new release we do, it gives a boost to previous games. So we haven't had that in a long time. So we're kind of at this point where like, yeah, we need to get another game out, which is why I'm pushing to get this game out. We're aiming for the summer. I'm not saying when, but we're aiming for the summer. I mean, I'm not saying what date. Oh yeah, Jen and I joked that we wonder if like all parents start discussing like their kids' TV shows the way we used to talk about Game of Thrones. It's like, so how does the economics actually work in the Kingdom of Enchantia? Is there just a castle on every street corner? What's up with that?
It can sense my fire magic. I don't think I can go out there. It can sense my fire magic and your gun, Vicky. We can't go out there. It can sense my fire magic and your gun, Vicky. We can't go out there.
GOG is weird. Like, you never know. Like, there's certain games that do really, really well on GOG that bomb on Steam, and vice versa. Like, Resonance does really well on GOG, but on Steam, I can't move the needle at all. It's like Resonance, aside from like when it first came out, it just doesn't, like, I push it on Steam like crazy, and it barely makes a dent. But on GOG, it goes on sale on GOG, and it's like, you know, it does really well. It's very strange. Primordia is just the opposite.
It can sense my fire magic and your sword. It can sense my fire magic and your sword.
But GOG has kind of gotten like, I don't know, like, GOG's interesting. GOG has always been interesting. They're kind of the gatekeepers that Steam used to be. They're a lot pickier about what they take.
It can sense my fire magic and your sword.
You bought the 4 Blackwell games on GOG for the same price of one on Steam. Were they on sale at the time? Because GOG does have a lot of sales.
It can sense my fire magic and your sword. It can sense my fire magic and your sword. I don't think we should go out there. I don't think we should go out there. I don't think we should go out there. No! We're not leaving without Elijah! No. No.
GOG is the thing about GOG is like, yeah, if I putting something on sale on GOG doesn't mean like I lose sales on Steam, because the people who buy on GOG pretty much only buy on GOG. Like even if it's on sale on Steam, even if it's on sale on GOG, they still want to play it on Steam. So they might not buy it on GOG. They'll wait for a sale on Steam or whatever. It's the way I realize with niche indie games like this, there are always going to be lots of people who have never played your game. So I'm stammering. Hi. The trick is to try to reach the new people. There's always, because there's so many people playing games now. It's insane. So there's always new people who have not played your game. So that's the great thing about having like a long tail. Like I have like about 12 games. Like I could always push my old stuff, and there are people who will have not played it yet, and maybe we'll give it a try. So excuse me, grapes. Okay.
We're not leaving without Elijah.
Yeah, GOG is very picky. They won't. I had to have like a meeting with them at GDC and show them my games, and they'll take pretty much anything we do.
We're not leaving without Elijah. No, we're not leaving without Elijah. No, we're not leaving without Elijah.
It's kind of cool when new people discover it. I know what I always get a kick out of, like every couple of years, some Jewish academic discovers that the Shiva exists, and it blows their mind. And this happens like every 2 years or so.
No. Yeah, it's a faith thing. Just don't go through that door again. Yeah, it's a faith thing. Yeah, it's a faith thing. Just don't go through that door again.
The Fae. My favorite parts of the Dresden File books were the bits with the Fae, the fairy court. I love those scenes in the book. So naturally in Unavowed I had to have a bit with the Fae.
Doesn't look like those numbers match.
Not really spoilers. They're screenshots of it.
Doesn't look like those numbers match. Doesn't look...
I put screenshots of it on Twitter, so it's not really... I can't really spoil something I've already spoiled. So.
Doesn't look like those numbers match.
The first Blackwell games were your first purchase on GOG. Oh, that's really, really cool. That's really, really cool. Thank you. Well, yeah, GOG does really, really amazing things with porting, like the native Mac ports. Somehow GOG managed to get native Mac ports working. And people ask me, how come the Mac ports aren't on Steam? And I'm like, because God made them. Oh my God, my brain is turning into Swiss cheese. GOG made the ports, so I don't want the headache of having to support them, because they made them. It's their headache. You want the Mac version? I say buy them on GOG. And that's they made them. They deserve the sales from that, and so that's how it works. I don't want to sell and have to support the Mac versions that they made, because I don't need the headache. I have very limited resources.
Doesn't look like those numbers match.
And I'm talking with grapes in my mouth.
Doesn't look like those numbers match.
So yeah, that's why you tune in, to watch me eat.
It looks like a winning lottery ticket. It looks like a winning...
How many people are here now? I'm curious. 36. Well, still a lot of people here.
It looks like
a lot by my standards. I'm not like, to really build a huge audience, you need like to have a regular schedule with lots of content and like lots of bells and whistles. I watch streamers, they have like fireworks appear on screen, and they have like widgets for like people to send cheers. I don't know what that means. There's so much about Twitch I don't know. 2014 is not old. There are so many games out and coming out all the time that you can easily discover games that are a few years old. No kidding. And this is like a really depressing but very eye-opening fact I learned at GDC a couple of years ago, where you release a new game on Steam, and it used to be that you're competing with every other game that's coming out that week or that month. But now what you're really doing is competing with every game that exists, because let's say this, like my game comes out brand new, full price, but there's this other game that is a few years old that you've never played but wanted to, but it's 50% off. Most likely you'll buy that game because it's new to you, And since you have a digital store, everything is available right there. It's not like something new and shiny on a shelf. It's just all there. So you're really competing with every other game in existence, not just what came out that week. It's really, it's a crazy world out there. But really, that's how much. But the game had to be on sale, right? You bought the games on sale. Because I think together the Blackwell bundle is like, I don't know, like $15 total on GOG. And they had a really like big sale where it was like 70% off. So you probably bought them all really cheap. That's not how they are. They're not like 59 cents at, when on non-sale periods. You bought them on sale.
It looks like a winning lottery ticket. It looks like a winning... Sorry.
Oh, that was Frank's stomach gurgling, not mine.
It looks like a lottery ticket. It looks like a lottery ticket. Doesn't look like those numbers match. It looks like a... It looks like a lottery ticket. What on earth would a demon be doing with a lottery ticket? Huh. It looks like a lottery ticket. What on earth would a demon be doing with a lottery ticket?
What indeed? I like that one better.
Huh.
Played a lot back in college.
Huh. I mean, maybe. If yes, why'd he just let the ticket go? I mean, maybe. If yes, why'd he just let the ticket go? Maybe.
Nice price to price it where you live as well. Yeah, they. I know Steam does that too.
What? I mean, maybe.
Maybe, baby. Oh yeah, 2 hour. I'm definitely at that 2 hour point where I'm hitting the wall. But I'm just gonna power through. I want to get to the end of this. How much is left? 17 minutes. Yeah! Oh my god. I'll actually get this shit done.
Why just let the ticket go? If yes, why just let the ticket go?
Yeah, GOG doesn't do the Mac. They don't do the Mac ports anymore, sadly. But there's some AGSers working on like a Mac port for AGS, and they've come very, very close. The Wadjet groupie. Oh god, that was probably a mistake.
If yes,
that groupie.
Why just let the ticket go?
I didn't realize at the time that yeah, like it was that was I think at the time I had just had a child, and it seemed like a really good way to earn like a big chunk of money really fast. But groupies now is not what they were. They're actually pretty horrible now. I had a few games, and I did a test with groupies because they kept approaching me. They kept constantly emailing me and asking to if any of our games could be in a bundle. And I said okay because I thought I would do a little test. I think I gave them, what did I give them? I gave them Golden Wake, and I gave them Resonance. And I did a test. I would only tweet about the sale. Here's what I did. When the groupie went on sale, I put it on sale on Steam for only 50%. And I would only tweet about the Steam sale whenever groupies tweeted about the groupie bundle. So I was going to match their marketing, and they barely marketed it at all. They tweeted about it once, and that was it. They barely pushed this thing. And you go onto, and the annoying thing, when you went onto the groupie's website, which was advertising the bundle, like they just took the low-res screenshots. They took a low-res screenshot, they cropped it so it was a banner size, and they just expanded it with not using a nearest neighbor filter. They expanded it as a JPEG, and it was all lossy and blurry and ugly. And I'm like, this is how they were advertising the bundle, right? And I was so angry at that. But they barely marketed it all. And weirdly enough, at the end of that period, the Steam sale which had the game for only 50% off, versus Groupies, which had the game for like pennies. And plus it was in a bundle for like 20 other games. It sold more. I earned more money. Didn't sell as many copies, but I earned more money from the Steam sale than I did on Groupies. So that's why I don't do bundles like that anymore, unless Humble, except for Humble. They're the only ones worth doing. Let's see. I'm just seeing chat here. GOG just recently switched all their Sierra games to Scum VM 2.0 for the bug fixes. Yeah, I noticed that. People here. Hey, sup? Hey, G Pudding. G Puds. Hey, Dave. Hey, chat. Hey, likes the bacon. Likes the bacon. Okay. Now to get some work done here. Okay.
If yes,
What, like got less than 20 minutes left
if
on
yes,
this file?
why just let the ticket go?
Hello, truck outside my window.
Well, we know more than we did before. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going, Eli. Let's keep going. Let's keep going down this voiceover
Well,
file.
we know more than we did before. Let's keep going.
What you guys are witnessing is the slow deterioration of my mental state. That's what happens when I edit VO for several hours. I just
If you are,
get
yeah, sure.
punchy.
Cool. As long as you're not abandoning your child, because that doesn't work out very well.
I had to pick up my kid.
Cool. So what is it? So what is it?
Sorry, I'm like licking all the grape stuff off my mouth, so sorry about that. This is really, attractive, I'm sure.
So what is it? I'm not sure what you want me to do there. I'm not sure what you want me to do there.
Matt, you just answered your own question. Why use Audacity rather than paid programs?
Mandano
You answered your own question there.
Mandana already searched that thing. Mandana already searched the thing. Mandana already searched the thing. That's just a waste of magic. Mandana already searched the thing. That's just a waste of magic. That's just a
Also, Audacity does everything I need, and I've tried using some other systems, but they do a million things when I only need 3. I explained this earlier in the
That's just a
stream.
waste of magic. So what was in there? So what was in there?
I keep having to look behind the camera to see the C key because I'm doing Control C. Whoops. Oh boy. That was close. Ha. Oh my god. I almost gave myself a heart attack.
That's just a waste of magic.
Let's save, shall we? Oh boy. Phew. All right. Well, I would have just hit the undo key, but still. Sort of an indicator that I should save. Okay. Pog. I like hovering over the icons just to see what the heck they're supposed to be. PogChamp? Lull? I don't know what any of these mean. I just am at a loss when it comes to this stuff.
Sure.
Okay, whoops. I'll go back to the end. This is what happens when I get a little punchy, when I've been doing this for so long. You make stupid mistakes, which is why it's very important to take breaks and stuff. But I'm so close to the end of this, I just wanna push through.
So what was in there? So what was in there? That's just a waste of magic. So what is it? So what was in there?
Okay, let's take that one.
Yeah, figures. Yeah, figures. Ah, good. You're back.
Total Biscuit semi-retired. He's really sick, isn't he? Like, he's really sick. I never followed him. I never watched his stuff, but the bear in a uniform. Yeah, I can see that.
Ah, good. You're back. Oh, good. You're back. Should I be happier? We won't let that happen. We won't let that happen. We'll put a veil on you. It'll disguise your identity. We won't let that happen.
Oh, that's sad.
We'll put a veil on
That's
you.
really sad.
We'll put a veil on you. It will disguise your identity.
How are you doing, Stephen? I know you had to go back to your doctor. If you don't want to talk about that on a stream, I'd understand. I'm sorry. That's probably not what you want to do.
Getting a little fuzzy here.
No, AGS does not deal with a giant WAV file. No. They do not.
We won't let that happen. We'll put a veil on you. It will disguise your identity.
Do I do all the voice direction for the game? Yes, I do.
We'll put a veil on
I'm very picky about voiceover. Like, I'm not a professional by any means, but I've done it enough that I feel like I know a few things. Like, I've worked with a lot of actors, and I kind of, I've done enough of the voiceover direction for these kind of things that I feel better if I do it myself. Even for games I publish, like, I will insist on doing it myself because I just feel strongly about it. I'm very picky when it comes to this stuff, while at the same time being aware that, you know, these are low-res pixel games. What was that? Oh, yeah, there was another question about how do I separate this? Well, okay. Well, currently how I'm doing it is I'm taking the raw footage here. I explained this earlier in the stream, but that was like a whole, oh my God, 2 hours ago. I take the file here, you know, and then I copy it here. And then I have the edited version. This is the edited version. And then currently what I do is I send it to Thomas Reagan, the audio guy. He does some global processing where he makes it sound better using the more professional tools than I have. And he sends it back. And then I'll do some minor tweaks like raising audio and, you know, cutting out or adding pauses between words, that kind of stuff. And then what I'll do is, let's say,
we won't let that happen.
Whoops.
We won't let that happen. We'll put a veil on you.
Oh, okay. Like, we won't let that happen. So normally what I would do if this was processed, what I would probably do is tweak that a bit, cut the little pauses between the sentences.
We won't let that happen. We'll put a veil on you. It will disguise your identity.
I'd even make that a little shorter. I like to make them as short as possible while still sounding natural.
We won't let that happen. We'll put a veil on you. It will disguise your identity.
So then what I do like that, I have this compressing macro, which what it does is, if you ever work with Audacity, if I just wanted to raise the volume up, you'll see there are like some peaks here, and then there's like really low bits here. So then you get like really like loud highs and then really low lows, and that just sounds weird. So I have a compression macro, which makes it a little smoother. Actually, it's still a little low there, but it's higher than it was before, so that's fine. So then I take that, and
we won't let that happen.
So I'd have to look up. Normally, I'd have this open at the same time. We won't let, and I'd kind of go. So that's line 2092. So then what I do is I just export it. I'd export the line, and then that gets put into the game when the game runs. So I'd export it as an OGG, an OGG file. It sounds like it takes more time to explain than it takes to actually do. Next week, after I get these files processed, I'll do another stream. Where I'll be importing everything. So you'll see how that works. Now I'm going to undo all the stuff that I did. There we go. I'll be happy to send an audition when next time you're looking for voice actors. Yeah, please do. This was rare. I don't often use remote voice actors, but with the sheer number of characters in this game, I wanted to kind of ease the financial burden a little bit because I didn't want to have to pay the studio time for the whole thing. So I managed to knock a few $1,000s off of that just by working with remote actors. So that was nice. But that was rare. That's rare because it's not often that I have a game with a cast this big.
Kevin? It looks...
Frisbee, J Frisbee? Jonathan, are you Jonathan Frisbee? I remember hearing that name from somewhere. I don't mind re-explaining because you might have noticed I'm getting a little punchy. So I don't mind having to stop. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get through it.
It looks like a book of Asian myths and legends. It looks like a book of Asian myths and legends. Some pretty extensive too.
I don't think you said that right.
It looks like a book of Asian myths and legends. It looks like a book of Asian myths and legends. Seems pretty extensive too.
There we go. He said that right. Yeah, it's like I think 20 minutes before the end of the session, and this session went on a long time. This was a 3.5 hour, about a little over 3 hours, and he's definitely getting punchy. You can hear it. You can hear it in his voice, but he powered through just as well.
I said Asian, but I'll do it again. Cool. It looks like a book of Asian myth. It looks like a book of Asian myths and legends. Seems pretty extensive too.
There we go. I remember there was a guy on the AGS forum that called himself Mr. Frisbee. I don't know if that was you. Or I might have asked you that before.
Seems pretty extensive too.
Yeah, I like that one better. Let's use that one.
Looks like they.
I got a new watch. For my birthday, my parents got me an Apple Watch, which is pretty cool. I haven't worn a watch in like a decade, but I keep banging it into things. I keep banging it against the microphone.
Looks like there's an index in the back.
Between the stream, yeah, he's getting slightly scratchy, just slightly, but you can't really tell.
Looks like there's an index in the back if you wanted to look something up. Looks like there's an index in the back if you wanted to look something up. Looks like there's an index in the back if you wanted to look up something specific. Index in the back.
The thing that mystifies me most are the people who can do live 1 hour things without a bunch of editing. Oh, some actors are worse or better than others. There's this one actor I work with who, like, every other line, he just laughs. He just can't stop himself. It could be the most serious, heart-wrenching thing. He will laugh. He'd giggle constantly. And he's got the most amazing voice. I love working with him. But yeah, that makes it takes twice as long to edit his stuff as it does anyone else. That's not this guy. I'm pointing here. I should point at you guys. It's not this guy.
I'm sorry, dude. Do you mind if I go run and get a glass of water?
Right, cool. Yep. Someone mentioned his voice sounded dry, and now he's getting water.
I'm not going to hang up or anything. I'm just going to put it down for a second.
Going off script without dead air is hard. Yeah, that's why I talk so much during these streams, because I find, like, even when I'm doing a let's play of my own games or whatever, let's talk while Frank gets water. I feel like I should keep it going and keep talking, because that's what you want to hear me, right? That's why you're here. So I always feel like I got to keep talking. So that's why I'm talking. All right. Oh my God. How long does this take to get water, Frank? Let's go.
Okie doke.
Here he is.
It looks like ancient Asian myths and ancient legends.
The worst is when, I'm being interviewed. You hear how I talk. I stammer. I double back on my words. That kind of stuff. The worst is when I'm interviewed, and they transcribe what I say word for word, and I come across sounding like a total idiot. I come across sounding like a 5-year-old. But when you hear me talk, when you just hear it, it sounds natural. It just sounds like, I'm slightly stammery. But when it's written out word for word, every every ah, every like backwards thought, every, doubling back and arranging your thoughts to sound more intelligent, like, that's not, I hate when journalists do that.
It looks like a book of Asian myths and legends. Some pretty extensive, too. Seems pretty extensive. Looks like there's an index in the back if you wanted to look up something specific.
All right,
you figure out what you wanted to look up? You figure out what you wanted to look up? Probably another failsafe, or probably...
Oh, wow, he's getting so tired. I am so sorry, Frank. He sounds exhausted.
Probably another failsafe of the ritual. Meant to keep you in one location while you're in the spirit world.
How much time is left? Oh yes, I love it when that happens. This is when I know I'm getting close to the end. Is when this little bar here gets slightly fatter. That means the there's a lot. The file itself is a lot smaller. Okay, 12 minutes. Let's get through this. Come on.
Probably another failsafe.
The Google Assistant voice demo. No, I haven't heard about
Probably another failsafe of the ritual, meant to keep you in one location while you're in the spirit world. Meant to keep you in one location while you're in the spirit world. It looks like a list.
that. Oh,
It
a
looks
demo
like a
that was
list of
faked?
names.
Oh, that never happens.
It looks
That
like a
never
list
happens.
of. It looks like a list of names. It looks like a list of names.
A faked demo? That never happens. Never heard of that happening. I'm being sarcastic. Of course it happens. Happens all the time.
Kevin's the last name on the list. And 11 years before that, Wing? The cook from down the block?
Wow, Frank, well, you're sounding really, really soft there.
Kevin's the last name on the list. And 11 years before
Whoops.
that, Wing? The cook from down the block?
Okay. Doink. 33. The user base is growing. It was a little higher before, wasn't it? Wasn't it like 36 before? Oh, no, it's 36. It is 36. Okay. I assume that's what you meant, the number of people here.
Good thing uncovering secrets is our specialty. Good thing uncovering secrets is our specialty. Good thing uncovering secrets is our specialty. I don't know what that did, but I'm guessing it did something.
I don't remember what that. Oh, that was a line that was cut. That's why I don't remember what it's referring to. I cut. There was a puzzle that no tester could get. No one could get this puzzle. Sasha, if you're here, it's the one involving writing your name on that scroll. No one could get that puzzle. No one got it. So I just cut it completely.
I don't know what that did, but I'm guessing it did something. Yeah, the first one's better. But.
Yeah, even that line is proof that that was a bad puzzle, because there's no indicator that it's something you're supposed to do or that it's going to work. And even when you do it, you're not entirely sure what it did. So that's why everyone hated the puzzle, and that's why I cut it.
Oh, yeah. We got it. We friggin' got it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got it. We friggin' got it. Oh, yeah. We got it. Is that what you had in mind?
What's funny that it's funny the testers there was this one tester, because she was so used to that puzzle being in the game, she thought that there was a bug in the game, because she's like, I can't seem to sign my name on. I can't seem to sign the scroll anymore. What's going on? I think it's bugged. Like, no, I cut the puzzle.
Let's not go yet. I want to check out that portal on the floor. Let's not go yet. I want to check out that portal on the floor. We still haven't explored this place yet. There's gotta be something here we missed.
Doing the adventure game jam sounds like it would be fun, but I'm too busy working on other games.
We still haven't explored this place yet. There's gotta be something. Excuse me. We still haven't explored this place yet. We still haven't explored this place yet. There's gotta be something.
Excuse me.
There's gotta be something here we missed.
I keep hearing all the traffic noises from outside my window coming through the microphone and into my ears, and I keep thinking, like, oh my God, is that part of the recording? What happened?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Thank you, Frank, for that reassurance.
I don't think so. So I'll give you a couple of variations. I don't think so. I don't. Cool.
I like that one. That might be too loud, but I'll keep both variations just in case.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
One thing that's like, if I was a professional, I'd be able to like fix this a little better. But what always drives me nuts, the waveform that always drives me nuts, are exactly this kind, where you have this extreme high peak in the middle, and the rest of it's really low. So it's really hard to process that because you want to make it even. So like what I would do is like I have this leveling macro that I would add to try to make it a little more even. Then I'd compress it, But even still, like, it's still not.
I don't think so.
It just sounds weird. It never comes out quite right. So, if Thomas can work some magic on it, I will let him.
Are you all right? Are you all right? Are you all right? That building. Look at the energy pouring out of it.
Another grape.
That building. That building. Look at the energy pouring out of it. That building. Look at the energy pouring out of it.
Alright, I like the first
We
one.
can't turn back. Not now. We can't turn back. Not now.
Can't turn back, not now.
We can't turn back. Not now.
It's a tiny little breath pop in there. If I can kill it, I will. If not, I don't mind leaving it.
Back. Not. We can't turn back.
I killed
Not
it.
now.
It's gone. Hooray. And no one will notice. It's one of those things I'm like, I fiddle and fiddle and fiddle, and it sounds perfect, which means no one will notice.
That gate is several feet thick. This is going to be difficult.
If I could turn back now. Oh,
That gate is several feet thick. This is going to be difficult. No, not impossible. No, not impossible. I can do it, but it'll drain me, like, a lot.
excuse me. I'm hiccuping from all the
No,
grapes.
not impossible. I can do it, but it'll drain me, like, a lot. But if there's no other way, well, just say the word. But if there's no other way, well, just say the word.
If no one notices the camera, then it's doing a good job. Exactly. Same with voiceover. If the quality of voiceover is good, you'll never notice it. It's when it's really, really bad. Unless like it's spectacular, unless the voice acting is just really spectacular, then it's like, wow, that voice acting is really good. But if they're just good, you don't notice it. But if it's really bad, oh my God, you notice it.
Right. You're sure? Absolutely sure. Right. Right. You're sure? Absolutely sure. Right. Right. You're sure. Just say the word. Right. You're sure. Absolutely sure. Absolutely sure. Absolutely sure. Absolutely sure.
If I can get rid of that breath pop in there, that'll make me very happy. Can I get rid of you?
Absolutely sure.
Yes. Bye-bye, breath pops. I hate breath pops.
Absolutely sure.
Back in, like, I think if you play the Shiva or Blackwell Legacy now, there are really, really bad breath pops in that game. Like, there's one or two characters where it's just like they're constantly talking like this. And I never bothered removing those back then, and they're really, really bad. At one point I tried going back and removing them, but I just never really did.
That's odd.
Oh my God, excuse me. Burping from grapes. This is what happens when you watch me edit voiceover for 2.5 hours.
That's odd.
But yet, but a number of you are still around, right? 36. You're all still here, so I must be doing something right.
That's odd.
Or if you recognize the actor. Steven, you'll find this funny. I think I mentioned this yesterday. I started playing Pillars of Eternity 2, and there's this one voice actor from Sophia the First. The guy who plays King Roland is in the game. He plays this like very like kind of egotistical, swashbuckly, half fish creature, and he constantly flirts with you, and it's very, very strange because I'm like, Roland, stop that, it's weird. Yeah, Travis Willingham, that's it. The third? Wow, okay.
That's odd.
The funny thing is, there's like Nolan North and someone like Jennifer Hale, for example. The interesting thing about them is like it's not so much they have they're great voice actors, is that you barely recognize them half the time. Like Jennifer Hale, I'm sometimes, even though I've met her once, I took a workshop with her, I've played and seen her in so many things, I often don't know until after the fact that it's her, unless she does a voice similar to something she's done before. Oh, no way, he does? So Travis Willingham is on Geek and Sundry? I did not know that. I just think of him as Roland. I'm like, Roland, stop flirting with me. It's very, very strange. But yeah, like that's what makes Jennifer Hale and Nolan North that good, is that you often don't recognize that it's them.
Huh.
Which is actually important. Stops you from getting typecasted.
Huh. Those thorns.
Also, Ashley Birch does an amazing job too. When she started getting into voice acting, I was very skeptical because I know she was kind of internet famous for doing that, like "Hey Ash, what you playing" stuff. But she is like legit amazing. She's really, really good.
Huh.
I played Life is Strange and Horizon Zero Dawn, and she's just transcendently good.
Huh. Huh. Those thorns must have some... Huh. Huh. Those thorns must have some kind of magical protection on them.
I never have. I don't really... like, it's rare that I work with an actor that's, like, really well known because I can't afford union rates. I cannot afford union rates. So I usually... The actors I tend to work with are the ones who are kind of naturally talented, but just starting out. So, and also I tend to work with this casting director named Shelley, who runs a class here in New York. So, and she sends them my way. So I'm working with like actually talented people who maybe don't have a lot of experience, but they want to like get involved, but they're still naturally talented and very good. So, they'll work for cheap. So that's the one good thing. They'll work for what I can pay them. Which is probably still more than what a lot of newbie voice actors get paid. I like to pay my actors because I feel they deserve it.
My fire won't make a dent.
Ashley Birch. Tiny Tina's DLC? I never even heard of that.
My fire won't make a dent. Huh. Those thorns must have some kind of magical protection on them.
I'll have to watch Critical Role. I'm sure it'll be like the nicest sounding thing on Geek and Sundry.
My fire won't make a dent. Those thorns must have...
I used to be a really big fan of The Guild and Felicia Day. So when she started that channel, I watched that a lot. But then the show ended. So I stopped watching that channel so much.
My fire won't make a dent. Should I be yelling this? Is this like... Right?
Oh, it's Borderlands 2. Ashley Birch was... Oh, yeah, because her brother was a writer on that. So that's not surprising.
Huh. Those thorns must have some kind of magical protection on them. My fire won't make a dent.
The Guild is so great. Like, I never played Warcraft or really any MMOs. So as long as you have like just a passing understanding of them, just watch The Guild from the beginning. It's so good.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, exactly like that.
I ran into Felicia Day at PAX once. I walked right by her. I didn't recognize her because she's so tiny. She's actually really, really tiny in real life. And I know Vince 12 met her. He took a picture of her holding a resonance box, which was really neat. I could never get into Borderlands.
Yeah,
I just couldn't
exactly
get into it.
Like that.
First-person games, number one, give me motion sickness, so I had a lot of trouble playing it. Also, it's like, even though supposedly Borderlands 2 is the best one, I just like, it was just so chaotic and so like everything in your face that I just couldn't enjoy it. It was just too much, too fast, and also motion sickness. So the reasons why I couldn't really get into it.
Are you all right? Are you all right?
She does. I enjoy her. I think she's really neat.
Mandana.
I don't know what I was doing there. It's the thing I do when I'm bored.
Mandana, are you all right?
There, I like that one better. All right, I'm going to delete everything, and it got nice and fatter. Yeah, there we go. How much is left? 6 minutes. Oh, my God.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Oh, the Telltale Borderlands is fantastic. It's actually one of their best games, and weirdly enough, it was the one where the writers had very little corporate oversight. They were just allowed to do anything they wanted because the brass didn't care. Like they didn't care about that property, so they let the writers do whatever they wanted, and it's so good. Even though I never played the games, or I played them for a bit, but I never really liked them. I really, really enjoyed Tales from the Borderlands, and yes, I should save my work. Oh, hi, I'm eating a grape. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, haha. That was close. All right.
Okay, Mandana. We'll leave. But we'll pick you up on the way back. Okay?
The most fascinating thing about The Wolf Among Us is that I started reading the comics after I played the game. And it's interesting how my opinion of not my opinion, but my thoughts about story elements from the game changed after reading the comics. Because I'm playing the game, and they keep talking about being sent to the farm. And in my head, I'm thinking it's like some like horrible Nazi concentration camp where they like kill you or make you go into forced labor or something like that. But then I read the comics, and the farm is actually a really pleasant place. It's like this quaint village, where creatures without glamours go and live, and it's actually a pleasant, nice place. So, but in the game, that was never implied. It's implied that it's some horrible, horrible, awful place. They go, no, I'll be sent to the farm. But in the comics, it's totally, totally nice.
Okay, Mandana. We'll leave. But we'll pick you up on the way back, okay?
I played the Sam and Max games with my daughter, and she loved them.
We'll leave. Hey, Mandana. We'll leave. We'll leave.
Kind of like my proudest moment as a father, really, was Eve and I were walking down the street, and I'm holding her hand, and she just looks up at me and says, "You crack me up, little buddy." I laughed so hard. And it was just so sweet. For Christmas, I got her one of those Max plushie, which were custom made and very expensive. So I'm always paranoid she's going to do something horrible to it.
Okay. Right. I love you.
The third season of Sam and Max is kind of amazing. Like,
who is it, Logan?
They do some amazing stuff with the adventure game formula that I just have never seen before, and it's a work of art. The third season of Sam and Max is a work of art. If they had to end the series, which they did, I'm glad it went out with that because it's really good.
Who is it? Who is it, Logan? Who is it, Logan?
You think you'd hate the Telltale games? Depends. I mean, they all follow kind of a formula in terms of how they present their stories and their world and their gameplay, but they're all different stories. They're all different settings, and they do a good job. Max becomes president, and he never actually stops being president. He becomes president halfway through the first season, and he just stays president throughout the remaining 3-season series. It's just amazing. He just stays president. He never stops.
Who is it, Logan? Who is it, Logan? Who is it, Logan? Who is it, Logan? Jordan? Jordan?
I honestly, when I played Sam and Max Hit the Road, I don't think I enjoyed it very much back in the day. I know that makes me some kind of class traitor, but I just think that kind of brand of humor, for me anyway, wears out its welcome after a couple of hours, and the Telltale games were just long enough. They were just long enough so the humor didn't wear out its welcome.
Geist! They're going Geist!
The Game of Thrones Telltale game wasn't bad. I liked it a lot. The only thing I didn't like about it was how it ended. Because they have no intention of doing another one. So if you end something on a cliffhanger, it's very easy to and maybe not easy, but I always say it's very easy to generate suspense and mystery and, a sense of dread and all this stuff when you have no intention of resolving it. So you just create anything purely for the purpose of creating that suspense and tension. But if you have no way of resolving it, if you never have to think of a way to resolve it, then that's cheap and that's cheating. And that's what the Telltale game did. I was very upset by that.
Geist! They're going Geist! Stop them, Logan! Geist! They're going Geist! Stop them! Lava is more earth than fire, but there is one thing I can do.
Okay, oh my god, my brain is turning into tapioca.
I can pull the heat from it, solidify it, make a bridge.
Yeah, you're right. I guess those games were designed to be played in 2-hour chunks. Well, that's what was great about the early Telltale games, is that you could play the whole thing in a 2-hour chunk. Excuse me.
I'm sounding too positive. Lava's more earth than fire.
Zero Escape series. I've never heard of that.
Lava is more earth than fire. Lava is more earth than fire. But there is one thing I can do.
Oh my god, I'm getting to the end.
I can pull the heat. I can pull the heat from it. Solidify it. I can pull the heat from it. Solidify it. Make a bridge. I can pull the heat from it. Solidify it. Make a...
I think the Telltale model, I don't mind the Telltale model so much. Get rid of the I don't mind the Telltale model so much because they use it to tell very different kinds of stories. It's like seeing the old Sierra point and click interplace and gameplay are bad. They're just a way of telling a story. You could tell any kind of story you want using that same interface, the same point and click, drop down inventory. You can tell any kind of game you want using that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Telltale does the same thing. They're just telling many different kinds of stories using that same gameplay model. The problem is that I think where Telltale went wrong is that they kind of hit upon that formula by accident. And now they sort of became very hubristic in that this is what games needed to be. And everything had to kind of follow The Walking Dead. The whole, so-and-so will remember that. I see no problem with that. No problem with that at all. It's just that they kind of stifled innovation in other areas because they kind of stumbled onto a formula that worked and they didn't want to do anything else. Oh, god damn. Oh, man. School shooting in Santa Fe. That's just great. Anyway, sorry to bring the mood down, guys.
I can pull the heat from it, solidify it, make a bridge.
I loved Life is Strange. I adored Life is Strange. I thought it was fantastic. It did things that I wish Telltale would do, is in that it actually had interactivity. It really used the interactive element to add something where you go into my favorite moments of that game are when you're walking into some kid's dorm room and you're poking around and looking at their walls and looking at their desk and their computer and learning about them. And then there are no consequences so you can rewind time so it never happened. And I found that really, really engaging. I found that really, really cool. And I wish Telltale would do that more. They don't. I remember in Wolf Among Us, I was really pissed because there's you're investigating a murder. And there's a room, and there's dead body, and there's all this stuff around. But there's only 3 things you can click on. There's nothing. There's no exploration. There's no immersion, and I didn't feel like a detective in that game, and that bothered me. But I loved Life is Strange. I think it's beautiful.
I can pull the heat from it, solidify it, make a bridge.
Oh, I already copied that over. All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, got twice as big now. Ha ha ha. Oh my god, 3.5 minutes. They can do this.
Oh, I can do it. Oh, I can do it. But the lava is moving. That makes the job exponentially harder. Oh, I can do it.
There, that's
But
better.
the lava is moving. Oh, I can do it. That makes the job exponentially harder. But the lava is moving. That makes the job exponentially harder.
There we go. Eli is feeling slight dread. Star Trek, but with snails. I've heard of that. I've heard of Snail Trek or Snail Trail.
That makes the job exponentially harder. It's gonna take a lot of energy. Plop. It's gonna take a lot of energy. Probably all my energy. It's gonna take a lot of energy. Probably all my energy. So if I do this, I'm gonna be tapped out. Completely. So if I do this, I'm gonna be tapped out. Completely.
Love for sale. There's something about the like Larry 5 and 6 that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
It's your call.
They just felt very, I don't know, I don't want to say they're very cynical, because the whole series is cynical, but like rather the first 3 games actually seem to have a goal. I talk about this with Richard Cobbett a lot, who writes whole articles about this. How in the first 3 Larry games, he's actually looking for love. He's actually a lonely guy, really just looking for love. And in 5 and 6, it's just like he's just looking for sex. That's it. It's not. There's just something very cynical and just not and it basically became the tawdry thing that people thought the first Larry game was, if that makes any sense.
It's your call.
I never was a huge, I'm a fan of Outlaw. I think he's a really cool guy, but I've never been the hugest Larry fan.
It's your call. Should I do this or not?
And I'm seeing lots of stuff in the chat. I'm sad Before the Storm was made by different people. I heard Before the Storm was not nearly as good. And also Before the Storm did not have Ashley Birch in it because she was doing the writer's strike and the voice actor strike and couldn't and just couldn't in good conscience, cross the line to do that, which is totally her prerogative, and I get it. But that's what kind of the role that made her career. Yeah, it's one of the good ones. The original with the scratch and sniff panel. Hope Techno Babylon 2 will work on 32-bit systems. I mean, I hope so. I assume it will, because it's going to be made in Unity. And James is very conscious of making it be able to like play on anything. Like you could probably at this point play Techno Babylon 2 on a graphic calculator. We're just making sure we're just paring it down to the point where it can be very portable. I don't know how necessary all that is, but okay. I know there's a lot of chat here, but I've got like 2 minutes left on this file, and I just want to focus on it.
It's your call. Should I do this or not? Right. You're sure. Absolutely sure. Right. You're sure. Absolutely sure.
No
You're
problem.
sure.
That's why I'm doing this stream, is so I have some company while I do this. This breaks my brain. This just turns my brain to mush when and I've, like I said yesterday, I managed to get through an hour and a half of the file during the chat, and then the rest of the day I managed to get through a half hour because it's just so easy to get distracted while doing this. And I've done, like I said, this is probably hour 50 or some odd, of hour 50 of doing voiceover, and I'm just sick to death of it because this is easily like, I mean, I can't even, like, this is easily twice as much voiceover as that I've ever done for any one of my personal games. Actually, let's find out. I can tell you. Let's go to the, let's see here. The last game I personally did was Blackwell Epiphany. So I think Epiphany is here in old source. Speech. How many files altogether? 8,000 lines in Blackwell Epiphany. This game has around 13,000. So not quite double, but it's a lot more. Before the Storm is on Unity? Really? So Don't Nod didn't make the game. It was somebody else. That's interesting. Okay. Hmm.
You're sure? Absolutely sure? So, we finally got a computer.
Wait a minute.
Got it. So we finally got a...
Wait a minute. I think I might be done.
They post lots of Elijah.
Wait a second.
No, it's fine. I'm so scratchy, and this is like the last,
I'm done. I was like, this next bit is very spoilery, so I edited that first before the stream. So I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna save this right now. Holy crap! So and I can actually save it as a real file. Eli, this is the 8th Eli file. Eli 8 cut, and I'm saving it. Oh my god. I'm celebrating with a grape. Oh, I finished my grapes. I'll celebrate with a glass of water. Excuse me. GG? Does that mean good game? All right. Oh no, I do this. Is that the thing you do when you victory? Okay. Oh my god. All right. Now what do I do? All right. Oh my god. All right. Before I exit, I'm just gonna open up the file and make sure that it's working because I don't want to do anything stupid. All right. So Eli 8 cut. All right. It's about a half hour, yes, so I'm going to zoom into the end. The first line is...
Sure. My old firm had a branch close by.
That's the first one. And the last one, I forget what the last one was. It was...
Absolutely sure.
That was it. Absolutely
You're sure? Absolutely sure.
Okay. It's done. Holy crap. Okay, so I can delete all these. And I have this, and when it's processed, I'll put it in there, and I can remove the raw files. Actually, these I can delete. Eli 8 raw, I'll put that in cut, and that's it. That is literally the last file I have to edit. That's the last one. So yeah, friggin' A. What's in the chat right now? I got oh, just people congratulating me. Well, thank you. I don't know what these icons are, but thank you. Excuse me. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I better be freaking sure. Oh my god. Well, I removed those lines, but I just deleted them. They're still in the recycle bin if I really need them. So I'm not going to empty out the recycle bin until like they're in the game. Right now, what I'm going to do is there's the file I edited. The one. The file I edited 2 days ago. That's Eli 7. I sent that to Thomas, and this one I'll send to him right now. All right. So now you can see our chat. Eli file 8, the last one ever dies. Whoops. There we go. So yeah, this is exciting. I really don't want... No, I don't. I think like... I think I still have the raw files for like Technobabylon. Do I still have those? Yep, I still have the raw ones. All of the raw files for Technobabylon, I still have those too. Even though I don't need them. God. Yeah. I still have the edited Sheffy.
But how about some truffles?
That's her before the processing.
Bring. I've got as many kinds of allium cepa as you could want.
Or let's see, I got every single raw file here from Technobabylon. Yep, Technobabylon. I think I've got Shardlight. Do I have Shardlight still? Shardlight audio, voiceover, raw, edited. Oh yeah, this is what I should have done this time. I added a ZZZ before every file just to know that it would move to the top, or something else. That's how I would know that. I don't know. There was a reason why I did that. I don't remember. Oh, that's because that was before I decided to have a folder to place everything. So the ZZZ meant the file was done. Oh my god, how many Amy files were there? There were a lot. Amy. This was Shelly.
Reset the elevator again. No need to reset the elevator again.
Whatever. You don't need to hear any more of that. So yeah, I still have Shardlight. I still have Technobabylon. I deleted Kathy Rain. I don't have Kathy Rain. So I have a lot. Yeah, I have all this stuff. Oh my god, I'm done. Whew. All right. So yeah, thank you all for sticking out with me, hanging out with me. This was really cool. You just helped the time fly by. That was about 3 hours, I think. 3 hours to do about an hour and a half's worth of voiceover. So yeah, I'm done. I don't know what else to say now. Yeah. So thanks for the stream. I'm gonna go off to play something before my shift. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go have lunch because besides those grapes weren't terribly filling. So I'm gonna eat something, take a break, maybe go for a walk because the weather's not raining anymore, and then I'm gonna, I guess, fix more bugs or something. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm done. Hooray! So you witnessed my triumph. Okay, I'm gonna shut this off now because I'm babbling. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you.